Okay, cool. It should be working now. Let's get started. Welcome, everybody. This is Dr. Nancy Lee, a direct product feature in Forbes, and I'm the founder of PM Accelerator. So we are a company and specialize in product management, education, training, and recently we turned into a SaaS company because we launched our own AI interviewer product. People can directly use it and sign up. It's like many exciting things happening in our company. So the program you're in is AI Product Management Bootcamp, AI PM Bootcamp, which is our the other signature program. We have two signature programs within company. One is PMA program, focused on job hunting. AI PM Bootcamp, focused on gaining skill set right now. Okay, so now for the skill set training program, the most important thing, what we believe for people really breaking into space of AI and actually succeed in the space of AI is by working on real life AI product. And currently, and you're in week 2 of AI PM Bootcamp, and in today's meeting, we have engineers, we have designers and product managers to do idea pitch. Okay, so quick important overview regarding what will happen and the importance of idea pitch. Okay, so in high level summary regarding breaking to AI PM. So today, and if you watch the last cohort demo, and we literally have 10 demos, and it's so amazing. And the last cohort raised the bar significantly higher, and each cohort actually doing better than the cohort before. Okay, so how we really secure very successful product launches is actually have the best product ideas. Literally right before this meeting, I have the third place of last cohort, which House Smart, the housing real estate company, they actually today, they launched their own product today. Literally, I'm send you guys a link. You guys can use it right away to do real estate investing deals. And they just graduated your week 2. So they graduated a week ago, your week 2. So last cohort just ended right before you guys. Okay, so within 2 weeks, and now they already have the live product for people to use, and this is one of the many product we already have launched, and people can have real user and become a real startup. Okay, of course, some people decide to go for startup route. Some people directly just use the startup product you have launched with real user to gain the jobs in like Meta, Google, Amazon, as well as OpenAI, and many of our interns and literally their engineers, and also working for those fan companies. Our product managers, of course, working with fan companies as well, and including those designers who's also doing a really kick-ass job making really great design. Okay, so how to really get those amazing product launched by week 11 is actually had a great idea in week 2. Okay, so therefore today we're going to do an idea pitch. Product managers is going to pitch their ideas, and I'm going to vote those ideas, evaluate those ideas, and also kill some ideas at the end of the session, which is within 24 hours. I'll announce who we need to get killed. Okay, so therefore, make sure you get like ready, rehearse your pitch. Let me also go over the sequence regarding what to do and who presenting what first. Let me share my screen. I am in the only all cohorts. Okay, right here, here's what we do. Let me share my screen. Okay, cool. You guys can see my screen right here, and here is the sequence, what we plan to do today, and the entire logistics. Okay, most important thing for everyone is here, right? Make sure you check cohort 8 channel. We have your number 8 already. We have so many different cohorts in the past. To streamline our operations, we group everything within cohort 8 right here, and then the other things you can post that's all fine. But most important thing for cohort 8, everything is right here. Okay, so in the cohort 8 all channel, which include everyone can see, this is where we post the logistic for today's pitch. Okay, you have 4 minutes pitch, 2 minutes Q&A. So what to include in a pitch is your idea, target customers, customer pain point challenges, and how do you plan to solve the problem? What are the competitors in the market? Is there any existing data and models that can help you to fine tune the models instead of starting from scratch? Okay, those are also part of my evaluation process to see which one's good, which is not. Okay, so, and my team also send out all the logistics. Number one, you need to fill in your idea on the sheet. Okay, cool. And feel free to go to any other cohort in the past to get inspirations regarding how they fill in the information, what's it look like. Okay, so this is, yeah, number one, you must fill in idea, the sheet. So if you want to pitch, now the sequence is in the second link. You automatically RSVP and right here. Oh, I have some time here, some time here. Did anyone fill in between? We shall see. I think that's rough time. Okay. So this is a sequence number. Adrian will go first. I'll go through here. And for your convenience, because we need to choose a team to join. If your idea is not killed, we'll talk about like killing on the killing. Okay. So if you are interested in any ideas, you need to put your name here. PM team interested and designer interested. Perfect. Designer team member interested. Only filling the interested. You can vote top 3 teams, but you can also vote more than 3. For this, I recommend like minimum 3 to get started, or around 3. Okay, to get started. Any team you're interested in joining, just put your name here. And within 24 hours, I'm gonna kill some ideas, which look like this. You see, match complete, killed. You see all the past cohort are killed. Okay, so and I usually kill 2/3 of the ideas. So yeah, it's true. So lots of ideas will get killed by me because we want to secure and make sure by week 11 we'll have successful product. You're going to launch with real users, not just a theoretical like school capstone project. It's not what we do here. It's a real product. You can choose to go to start on startup, like go to Y Combinator, or you land a job at Google, Meta, Amazon, OpenAI. That's the true purpose of that. Okay. So if your ideas wasn't good, I will kill within 24 hours. I will mark as killed. Or if I mark and merge in match in progress means you're saved. Okay, do not mark this yourself. Okay, this is meat for grading purposes. Okay, you can fill in other information to defend yourself, whatever kill reason or no documentation you can add anywhere else. Okay. So if your idea is killed for PMs, you just need to join other people's team. And designer, you don't pitch today, but you can just choose top teams you're interested putting name there. Okay, once your idea is saved, I will just make announcement within 24 hours and you will just start to do team match interviews. Basically, the team lead need to, let's say this Mariana's idea is not killed. Team leads to meet people who is interested in her team and discuss, okay, so you secure, want to join my team, and that's it, done. Okay, because maybe one person vote for 3 teams. For the ideas not killed, you need to settle in one team. Okay, cool. All right, so this is a logistic. I can't wait to see what you guys had to produce. At the same time, those are summary of the ideas and the long description of the ideas right here. You see many people, Lynn, good job. You put your ideas here. Chesania, yeah, so everyone's ideas here. Great, cool. So get ready to start our pitch today. Awesome. Okay.
Dr. Lene, I'm sorry. Dr. Nancy, sorry. I'm actually in Sydney right now and it's like 12 a.m. Is it possible that I
You
go
go first.
first
Yes,
and
you
then
can go
so
first.
I can go to sleep?
Yeah, you can go
If that's
first.
okay with everyone.
I think they'll be fine. And I am let's get started now then. Okay, cool. Lynn just exchange would help us to move later on the sequence. But anyway, so yes, it's midnight. Do that right now.
All
Feel
right.
free to start sharing your screen and let's get started.
Um,
Camera
sure.
on.
Sorry. I'm wearing pajamas, so
Yeah,
um,
people need to be camera ready, presentable.
all right. Okay.
Real pitch. Okay, yeah, start
I'm
sharing. Let's
gonna
go.
I'm gonna be quick. I'm not sure if it's all right. So my idea is basically based on the experience I have as a new e-commerce founder. So what I seen is that when first started, it's pretty hard to, understand what exactly need to be known to start as a new e-commerce founder. And I realized that it took me a really long time to even gather information about how to start, what information I need to know, and stuff like that. And of course, I rely a lot on ChatGPT and Claude. I asked them a lot of questions, but I realized the problem is because I don't know where to start. I actually asked them a lot of questions that not really the core of what I need to know. So I'm thinking about that's where the idea of Launchy come from. So basically, Launchy is an AI-powered business mentor app built specifically for e-commerce founders. So it's basically work as a mentor that sit beside founder. So instead of waiting for the founder to ask the question with AI, they initiate conversation and they guide founder through a model that help them from the start to the end. So basically, I would just move a little bit down. So for the target customer, of course, first-time e-commerce founder or people want to change career or doing side hustle. As I mentioned before, the pain point is that they don't know where to start. They don't have basic business knowledge like how to pricing, find supplier, marketing. They very overwhelmed with all of the knowledge that in the market right now, and they don't know what exactly to ask the AI or any tool that available. So comparator. So like I mentioned before, of course, founder can just go directly on ChatGPT or Claude to ask, but the problem is this conversation doesn't have any structure and there's no journey or memory noted down specifically for the business. And also there are a lot of e-commerce tools that build inside Shopify or other e-commerce platform, but again, they don't really give founder an idea of how to plan, strategize, and help them from the beginning. So what Launchy does different is that it basically help founder to is the journey is that when you come into the app, they basically ask you, okay, what is your idea? It's help you evaluate the idea, the market, and the potential. Once that's done, it's basically walk you through a different model. So I have a kind of rough MVP right here, so it's easier for everyone to imagine. So what happened is that let me assist this. So you put in your name, your email, and you start building the app. So it's gonna come to a dashboard to basically ask you what is your idea. So you basically say something like, hey, I want to build a shoes Shopify brand, basically like that. And it's gonna guide you through a lot of questions to help evaluate the idea. Um, to speed it up, I would just say it's come to a part where it's evaluate your idea and say where the market fit and how they mark your idea. So it's gonna be marked on the base of 10 and give you recommendation like this is you need to reevaluate or you should go with it, something like that. I'm just gonna speed it up so I don't waste everyone's time. And then once that's done, you get to move to the next model, which is gonna help you do business setup. So instead of you have to ask the AI what I need to do next, it's basically give you the guideline of what you need to actually do. So it's always start with what your business name, and when you write out the name, for example, let's just say this is my company name. It's gonna basically guide you through a lot of questions. I'm sorry. I will open this another one. So sorry if
You
this
have
is
1 minute
not
long.
as
You have 1 minute left.
so. Yeah, so basically, after it gives you a green light, amber, or no go, it's moved to the journal, the model journey. So it's helped you to realize, set it up business things like NBA, if you're in Australia, business name, give you a business checklist of what exactly you need to do and how to do it. And then once you do all of these steps, it's basically move you to the next part where it's help you find supplier sourcing and basically give you all of the idea that you need to do step by step instead of having you have to do all of the research, have to note it down, all of the checklists. Yeah.
Okay, we have
And
20 seconds left. I roughly know I do have questions. Is this
yeah,
prompt engineering type of project?
sorry.
Is this based on prompt engineering? So people can actually ask ChatGPT these questions now. How is different from just asking ChatGPT?
So, like I mentioned before, with ChatGPT, you actually need to initiate a lot of conversation. But with this app, it's basically already give you a guideline of what to ask.
So
It's
it's a
ask
prompt
you
engineering
even,
project. Just I just want to come. Is this
yeah.
prompt
And then
engineering
it's,
project?
yeah, at the end of all its model, it's actually gonna give you like a whole checklist of what need to be done. And it's basically follow you along the whole journey until you can launch your product. So yeah.
So you don't really feed any additional information to ChatGPT. It's mainly guide you to ask the right question, engage with ChatGPT to get the right result. So it's more prompt
Yeah,
engineering.
so it's more like, of course, I think it's like the more advantage of this comparing to ChatGPT is that everything are stored in one place. So all of your business information and stuff, and then it's learned from your existing information of your business and it doesn't get diluted with other information that you might put in. So for example, ChatGPT, you ask a lot of questions that not really, kind of not the decision that you have make with your business, but this app, I feel like it's more like a mentor journey,
Okay,
journal kind of things for the new business.
cool. We
I'm
are very
sorry,
over
maybe,
time then. Anyone
yeah.
have any questions? When you stick on time.
Yes, so for this app, do we need some data to build something like a RAG system, or it's just, as Dr. Nance, it's just based on only prompt engineering? What question that needs to be asked step by step from any user? Is this the process for it?
So, I personally, I think there's a lot of data, like exact information and data that we need to ask from first-time founder, things that they need to have, or a lot of business knowledge that need to be teach to the model. But yes,
So we
it's
need a
used a
knowledge
lot of
base or external
prompt-based.
database.
Yeah, it's very okay. Like if you put it like that, it's pretty similar to ChatGPT a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the only difference is that it's more advanced in the way that it's organized your information in a more precise way. It's guide you more structurally and it targets specifically and help specifically for first-time founder. So it doesn't assume that you know the knowledge. It tell you what knowledge to be to get from the get-go. So basically, it's just a mentor,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
as an
we get
AI. Yeah.
information. Anyone have any
Yeah.
questions? We get a result. Okay. Anyone any questions? If not, next one, let's go. Everyone has a
Yeah.
link to it. Sarah, great question. Amazing question. You will be great. Very proactive. Very good. We like proactive people. That's how you break into Google Meta Amazon, like our older interns. Awesome. Okay, next one. Let's go. Sriyata, is that you? Who is next? Hold on. Everyone has a
Oh,
link. Let me announce it. Let me. Next one. Andre. Andro. Sorry. Um,
yes. Close enough, Nancy. You got it. Andre.
Andre.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sorry, this is recorded, right? So I
Yeah.
can watch it later. Okay.
Yes.
Just want to check. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes. Let's go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so did you hear about the recent news of a pet owner with no medical background used AI to research his dog's cancer diagnosis, cross-reference treatment options, and identify the protocol his vet hadn't considered. The dog survived. The story went viral. People can do amazing things with the right data. So I may not go viral, but I do have a story. So I found out my dog needed to take thyroid medicine, but it's affecting his heart and he will not last long term. Okay, now I have to find natural alternatives. I started searching the internet. There's not much out there. You have to dig through forums, threads to filter the information. Okay, I run into a Facebook group. There are 40,000 members competing for the attention of one holistic vet. He's like, please go through my previous posts if there are similar cases. I can't get to everyone. Okay. So with that in mind, I just want to talk about my pain points as a holistic pet owner looking for natural alternatives. Today, holistic pet owners face two extremes: unverified advice from forums with usernames like Dungeon Master 745. Then you have hard to interpret research papers. There's no middle ground there for us. For the holistic vets, it is time consuming to assess each case individually. It's very limited to scale their expertise. So just want to quickly talk about the market opportunity here. So we're looking at a $36 billion pet care market intersecting with a growing demand. It's actually a trend for natural alternatives. And there's no trusted science-backed platform to guide it. Definitely something to pay attention to. So with this in mind, I want to talk about Sage Paw. So what is this? It is a user-friendly, trusted platform that provides feedback based on research-backed scientific data with a layer to access to certified holistic vets. Mm-hmm. What will it do? It will give explanations in plain English, easy to understand. It'll surface relevant research-backed natural alternatives. Help vets assess cases by summarizing key details and connect users to certified holistic vets. Long-term vision, just want to throw this in there. This is a blue ocean opportunity to build an AI-first platform where we can address the most obvious pain points upfront. Our simple goal is to build authority through real-world evidence, create an experience pet owners love and share, and give holistic vets the best AI tool to serve their clients online. So how do we solve the most obvious pain point? There are a couple of approaches. We can map the drugs prescribed to a natural herb by looking at a couple of documented science-backed attributes. So for example, there's shared protein targets, there's disease or same condition, and then there's molecular structure, which is called SMILES. That's a little bit complicated, but it can definitely be done using AI in the future. Then we can execute a data layering strategy where we overlay the herbs information attributes with dog-specific research like toxic herbs for pets as a guardrail. So does the data exist? Yes, it does. We have the traditional Chinese medicine bank created by the Sun Yat-sen University. We have the drug bank, again, with all those attributes that we talk about, protein ID and so on. And we have a ASPCA toxic plant database as well to identify plants that are toxic to dogs. And that's it. That's my presentation. Any questions?
Pretty
Liable when
cool.
hallucinations occur.
Oh,
Who is
sorry.
liable when a hallucination occurs? When a mistake occurs, who is liable?
Good question. I'm not too sure. I haven't really thought about that one. If I can be very honest with you. But I know there's going to be questions around regulations. I just kind of want to answer that really quickly, and hopefully this will help. So at this point, you would have to position yourself as educational information, not as a diagnosis or treatment recommendation. So you have to be very careful of how you position yourself for this product to avoid those what you just asked. Hopefully that was able to help. Another example is you can't say this herb will treat cancer. You have to make sure that you word in a certain way that this herb has been studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. So that would be an example. Hopefully that helps.
I have a suggestion. If you want to do
Sure.
those kind of disclaimer, you have to go to the Chinese medicine route or non-invasive route. In general, Chinese medicine does not kill people. At least don't kill people
Yes.
right away. Okay.
Yes.
So if you go that route, it's more enhancing your health and wellness. You go that route. But usually when pets get sick, I don't see the Chinese medicine how to treat pets. That I don't know. Okay. I know how I treat human. That's a route. Or if you go for the American medicine route, you need to tune it down significantly. More like what does this mean? What does this mean in potential different things? So when to see a vet, so you need to tune it down a little bit to make sure that you are not liable for you killing other people's pets. Pets equals to kids nowadays for lots of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So think more. I want you to refine your idea to make it less invasive and post in the Discord channel and copy paste the same response in the sheet here. Okay. So because you can, when you post in Discord channel, everyone's easier for people to find. Okay, so now copy paste the same thing. It just like it's everything stay in the same place so that I can cross compare. So the same message, copy paste different things. You can add additional information to your idea, Adrian's idea right here, and I'm going to put my notes here. So you can add additional things here. Okay, so I was just telling you about that's when you bring it to me. How to tune it down your idea, prevent it. And still people like
So
to
now,
check the meaning behind dogs and cats getting sick, things like that. Okay.
yeah, so thanks for that, Nancy. So just trying to understand, you're saying that having Western medicine in this scope is probably not a good idea.
No, I want you to figure out how to make a reasonable scope that you're going to make it like remove the disclaimer so that you don't kill people's pets and dogs. You can use Chinese medicine, you can Western medicine, you can use different things, but cannot be very like straightforward. This means this, you treat this
Oh,
way,
I see,
this
I
way,
see.
right?
Yeah,
You
got
need to
it.
figure out a way so that people will still like you don't kill people's pets. If you do, you kill one, you're done.
Could you
Got
focus on
it.
like constipation or something GI focused to where it's not, cancer related or
Got it.
thyroid related, right? Thyroid, there's some anatomy issues probably going on where GI issues could be changed through diet or exercise or something.
Got it. More like chronic illness as opposed to something that's going to actually kill you, like
Behavioral changes might be easier.
behavioral changes.
Anatomy, genomics, that example you gave, he reached out to a university who did DNA sequencing on the dog. That was done as well in that viral talk you just said.
Yeah,
so, yeah. So the genomic sequencing was done in that.
Okay. So we're
thanks for
over
that,
time.
Daniel.
Yep. Additional conversation, please put in the Zoom chat as well or Discord channel. You guys can continue. I just want to keep going. Okay. So next one, Mariana, let's go.
Yes. Can you see my slide?
Yep.
Awesome. Let me go full screen then. Okay. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are tuning in from. Every day in healthcare organizations, they make critical decisions, decisions like who gets paid and which providers are in the network, what's quality of metrics they are using, if it's accurate, and in terms of providers, which are the high volume providers that prescribers that sales team should be targeting, whether a patient can access the right specialist in time. And all of these decisions depend on one thing: having accurate, reliable provider data. And the problem is most of these organizations don't. The same doctor can show up differently in every system. Like they can have different names, different address, sometimes a different ID entirely. And there's no communication or talks between these different systems. So as a result, someone has to figure out which record is the right record. And most of this is done manually in pretty much every week. So when things get wrong, a payment can go wrong to the wrong place, a quality report that is often built on, a bad data. Sales team could target the wrong prescribers, and patients are unable to find their specialists in the net, their specialist in their network directory to help them in time of their conditions. And this, this is not a small problem. About 45 to 55% of providers' directories contain at least one error, and that can cost organization about $2.4 million annually, and across industry-wise, $3 billion every year. So who is the target customer? The people who are paying for this problem are data analysts, paying for every data analysts, operation teams, and pharma and medtech. This is actually a problem that's close to heart for me, because I had a prescriber mapping project that we had to be able to get data from different sources, try to manually reconcile those data, and we were expected to spend at least 40 plus hours a week. So which means if you have other projects, it's almost unlikely you'll be high prone of errors or just making decisions just because of you're running out of time. And that can be very costly to the organization. So what is the solution we're looking at solving? We are building Provider Match AI, which is instead of someone spending hours, 24 plus hours to work on this weekly by hand, our system will ingest records from multiple sources, compare field by field, score each potential match from 0 to 1, and explains its reasoning in a plain, simple language. The analyst does the final call in seconds rather than hours that they have to do that every week. So this is what actually the analyst or the customer will see on their end. So I had like a simple markup, 2 records side by side, a confidence score, a plain language explanation, such as, NPI, the name is abbreviated, address is a minor formatting issue, and then this decision is often logged and it's not made out of like a gut call, which is what normally happens in such situation. And so it can be determined. The analyst can decide whether to confirm the match, not match, or escalate for review. So we have a human in the loop in the whole process. So every major player in this space covers provider data, but they are built mostly for IT team to deploy and not often involve the analyst that is actually doing the day-to-day work. And some of these require 12 plus months for implementation, a huge engineering team, and not really looking at the analysts that are sitting with these messy data and the deadlines, tight deadlines to work with. And this is the gap we're trying to fill with Provider Match AI. So we are not starting from scratch. We have 3 publicly available data sources that we can build from, and there's not proprietary, there's no cost. We don't have to wait. We can get started right from start. We have the MPSS data set that has real provider data records, and this is like the single source of truth because most providers have their information there. We have the Medicare provider data, which we can use for label training pairs to show how the same provider can look from this disconnected system. And then we have the model, which can be BioBart or BERT, but like we have BioBert that is actually built on healthcare language. So we already have the existing knowledge model that we can just adapt with our problem and not really try to reinvent the wheel. So what's the ask? We can say, we know that $3 billion is lost every year, and and nobody has built the right tool for the analysts who are in the middle of this. This, I believe, is a solvable problem with the data, the technology, and the team behind it. So my ask is, who is ready to build this tool with me to help impact not only from the analyst point of view, but like patients and our family members, and make a difference in the world. I think that's all I have.
Just confirm, the end user is the analyst working for those healthcare systems, right? Because
Yes.
there's so much records they need to compare.
Yes. So we have the analysts, in our case, we have consultants, so they are working with these data.
I think this is a good B2B solutions, but for your project, those two public data sets, people publish available information. Does that public information?
Yes. Yeah, because we have the we have the NPSS, which is the National Plan Provider Enumeration System. It's a free data set of every registered US providers, their names, their addresses, specialties, and so pretty much that is what we use. And then when we have my project, we have multiple sources, Komodo and other data, claims data, that we now try to match, if these are the right providers. So that information is available. And then, of course, we have the Medicare data, which can be like a simulation data for us to see
whether it's all public available.
It's all publicly available.
So you're just creating AI tools to do data analytics, like matching all those.
Exactly.
It's all available. That's good. Good, it's available. Cool. All right. Anyone have any questions?
Yes, it's an interesting project for me, but what is exactly the role of AI behind the scene? It's gonna do all the analysis, it's gonna do a lot of computation, at the end, give the result of their analysis to the end users?
Yes. So it's most like the ML, there's the ML part of it, and there's the Gen AI side, which is what we get to see in the plain language. So it does.
So the end user is going to chat with the AI and then send user requests or queries, and then the AI system is going to reply to that, or all the AI just return the same thing for the end users?
We have the models, like the model builder, the tool that is built. So the analysts will have their data set that you can just run through, and they don't have to do any of those manual work that's normally done mapping. The AI is done on the back end. Does all
the mapping. Okay.
Yeah, and this is what they expected. I mean, that's just a simple version.
Mostly the mapping. Okay, that's the part.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Very interesting.
Thank you.
That really reduces lots of human work.
But is there any RAG creation involved in it?
Honestly, don't know. That's an area, because that could be an explorer.
Yes, definitely. If the data set is available, yes.
You have to create it, right?
It's based on the available data set they're going to respond. So there's going to be a RAG frame.
So the data set is somewhat static, but the number of physicians that come on board annually after residency.
Yes, it changes.
Static, but what you're trying to do is match it to claims data based on incidents that occur, and that's where it's continuously going. And the claims, like the ICD-10 codes, for example, there's 10,000 ICD-10 codes. So you're trying to match it to the claims data where there's 10,000 permutations to ever ongoing physicians that keep kind of passing their credentialing every year. That's why there's constant data being changed. Is that correct?
Yes. And I mean, some of these physicians, they change addresses. So even, so there's a lot of changes that is happening that it's very hard to keep track of these changes. And sometimes we might miss that if you're doing it on a manually.
So biopharma, life sciences, insurers, and litigation, for litigation purposes, you need to follow the providers for the history of any claims data, especially multiple physicians who are involved.
Yeah. And there has been some like even legal cases against like some of these directories having the wrong providers and all of those things. That's a whole different area to explore altogether.
Yeah.
The data is always changing.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting like use cases and real B2B pain point right now. Very cool. So figure out your scope of work. Okay, there's lots of things can be solved. Figure out your scope of work. You have rack element in it, and when you cross check, maybe do some AI agent, look at different places for you, and your scope could be big, but it's a real problem to solve. Very, very, very interesting. Very, very good one. Okay, cool. Move on. Let's do the next one. Good job, Mariana. Junxia. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Am I looking at the wrong Mariana? I don't know. Lucas, sorry. Lucas.
Oh, you're talking mute. Lucas,
Lucas on mute.
unmute yourself.
Lucas, you're mute. Let me ask him how to ask people to unmute themselves.
You text him.
Lucas, you need to unmute yourself. L. He is speaking. Lucas.
Okay, sorry. sorry.
You are speaking. Let's go.
Some technical difficulties. Okay, so hi everybody. I'm here to present you Skybound, and it's your AI copilot for fearless flying. So turning the unknown into the understood and fear into confidence. So what I'm proposing is a tool to help anxious people to fly. So the problem at 35,000 feet and 39% of American air travelers report nervousness about flying. And 25 million people clinical anxiety. And 36% changed their plans due to their fear of flying. So goodbye to see your grandma or girlfriend, boyfriend, and that promotion that requires you to travel a lot. And in 2024 alone, we had 5 billion people. They flew on 40 million plus flights. That's a massive market. And so we serve mostly the occasional flyer with real distress. They're not clinically diagnosed, but genuinely suffering. So with several effects, there are people that hyperventilate. There are the white knuckle grip type. For example, my wife, she becomes very nervous during the descent phase of the flight. Well, from these people, 68% can actively cope with their fears during flight. And from the apps that are available, only 52% quit mental health apps. Within a few weeks, the irritation is the industry's biggest unsolved problem. But we are focused only on anxious people before, during, and after flight. So the proposal is that it should be an edge AI powered and a wellness companion, because of the legislation, and to help anxious air passengers understand and manage flight stress before, during, and after every flight, entirely offline. Before flight, what can it do? So you can select an aircraft and route. You download. Sorry, my English is very bad and I'm nervous. Download a personalized flight package with sensory timelines, so the app can identify when you're climbing, when you're on cruise phase, with also with safety stats and CBT exercises. That's type of therapy. During the flight, well, it's 100% offline edge AI, so you have no latency if you're on urgent mode and you're feeling very anxious and you can't type for ChatGPT to ask, what is this noise? So our app answers questions in real time, and there's a priming engine to anticipate flight phases. So, for example, based on the personalized flight plan, we can know beforehand that there's going to be a light turbulence ahead of time. So that is clinical, that's scientifically proven to cope with anxiety during flight. And after flight, we have some options to auto-generate flight card with mood data, achievements. That's more for shareability. So we're going to be powered by 3 Mini. That's just an example. So LSMs based, and we have privacy. So the Copilot is a on-device SLM. The Breathe feature is a camera-based PPG heart rate detection, and it can also work with wearables. We have the flight package, which is the sensory timelines, and for 7 aircraft types initially, the main ones like Boeings and Airbuses and the such, and we have the priming engine, which is the flight plan, API per flights that I already commented, and the journey feature, which is the pre and post mood tracking and flight streak shareable flight cards, and etc. So what's the competitive landscapes? We can see lots of apps offering tools to help passengers, to help people in general to cope with anxiety, but nothing so focused as Skybound, because we have Edge SLM. It works offline 100%, covering all your needs, the time you need it. You can be flight phase aware, which no other app can do. You have it's a type of therapy, which cognitive behavioral therapy framework, RAG-based, and which works best during flights. We have biofeedback via camera PPG to be easier. And no one offers this aviation expertise and real-time CBT psychology. So what data will we use? Safety and knowledge, the basic knowledge from flights come from NASA and national and international flight agencies. For weather, we have PREPS. PREPS is pilot reported procedures or conditions on various flight altitudes and routes, and based on research with psychological scales and surveys to measure the before and the after flight. And every data set is free, publicly accessible, and ready for MVP use within the 8-week or less development timeline. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So this is a Skybound. So any questions? Oh, before I know one of you is gonna ask, why not use ChatGPT during the flight where airlines provide 100% Wi-Fi with public access? And this is what I meant during flight phases, when you're too low or too high, this Wi-Fi can give you problems. The internet is not 100%. So our app offers help whenever you need it on real time and with no failures, with no gaps.
If there's no internet, how would you do API connection with ChatGPT?
No, it's going to be all on edge phones. It's
So
going
you
to be
load You will load the local LLM on your phone?
Yes. Please say
Your
it
phone will
again.
explode.
Ah,
It's too
okay.
big. It's very big. It's very big for sure. We test out. It's very big. If you loaded local LM on your phone, no. Even on your computer, your computer couldn't run it. On your phone, no, too big. Your phone explode.
Okay, it won't work because of the technology of the cell phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have to connect with Wi-Fi all the time to do the LLM API calls to answer questions.
Sorry, Nancy. It's going to be Edge AI on the phone only with an SLM, not using APIs on cloud or
know.
in Flutter.
I know if you local, if your phone couldn't run such big workload, big storage. The thing you are building is too large to host on your phone.
Okay.
Your
So
phone doesn't have
what
enough
kind of,
storage and the RAMs to run it. It's way too big.
it's way too big. So there's no market for these kind of devices. You mean
Yeah.
there are not enough users or the technology is not
Technology
available?
doesn't work. The phone couldn't hold it.
Okay.
It's too big. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let me move on to this is just technical challenges. The phone couldn't do what you described. Okay, so let's move on to next one. But good idea. Good idea. Just technology-wise, it's very hard to do on the fly.
Okay,
So
thank you.
next one, get ready. Everyone, you know your sequence. Okay, you don't need to wait for me. Tatiana. Tatiana, are you here? Oh, if not, next one.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Yeah.
Let's go, Tatiana.
Okay, give me a second. I will share. Give me a second. There. Sorry, I can share. Give me a second. Technical problems. Okay. No, I can't share. Oh, yeah, it's here. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
It's loading.
How about now? Then it says that I'm sharing already. Let me try again.
Are you using dual screen? Is it just a single screen?
Yeah.
For the sake of time, next one, get ready. So when you solve your tech issues, we only have 6 minutes, so it's very.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you can
about that.
practice, figure out.
Shrestha, that's me. Yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry, that's fine. All right. Let me. Sorry, Tatiana, I just started sharing my screen. If that's all right.
Yeah, we can see you. Let's go. Tatiana, just fix how to share, and then you can do the next. Let's go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Are my slides up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Hi, everybody. Shrestha. So the product that I'm going to talk about today is called Grocery Genie. So, okay, meet a user, right? So a working mom has been busy all week, has been thinking about what to feed her family. Now she's frantically running around the shopping aisles in supermarket because the shopping list was so chaotic and organized in multiple apps. And then she picks up whatever she remembers and she goes to the till and she can't figure out why the bill is so high, even though this is her third run for the week, right? So yeah, we've all been there. So I think 70% of our main persona is the primary planner of the week, who takes care of most of the meal decision of the family. Of course, we have a secondary persona as well, the contributor, who randomly shops in between sometimes and drops in messages, hey, honey, I've got this, you don't have to worry about it, but once famously forgot the butter for the family cake night and ended up sleeping on the couch that night, right? So yeah, this is a problem I'm trying to solve. Weekly meal planning, grocery shopping is the decision to take for the primary planner. And with any forgotten items, we have repeated multiple shopping trips that are getting expensive, time consuming. And with the grocery costs that are rising every year on year, wasting food by buying products that were not planned or not using the items that you bought because you didn't plan for it well enough. These are all the heavy tax on the family that go unnoticed, or probably you don't know. Families feel the burn, but they don't know what to do about it. So this is a market that I want to address. And what am I proposing? We are proposing Grocery Genie that helps and makes your grocery shopping experience so much easier. So on a high level, I wanted to imagine how easy it would be for the user if we build this and deliver this app, right? So you open the app, you enter, you take 2 minutes of time to organize what you want to feed the family for the whole week. You enter the meals, like, avocado toast for 2 on Monday, pasta for 4 on Wednesday, stir fry on Thursday, Friday, everything. So you add that, and that will go fetch the recipes for you. It will bring in all the ingredients. It will scale the proportions as per the portions that you have mentioned, and it will aggregate. And I think this is the best part. It will aggregate all the ingredients, as in, okay, 3 of your recipes called for olive oil and garlic. So it will aggregate all that and say, hey, you need 3 cloves of garlic, or just this much amount of olive oil, and you'll have one line item of all the ingredients in a shopping list. We will integrate that to your most convenient Google Keep or Apple Reminders, and voila, you'll have a clear, organized, planned shopping list popping up in an app. This will reduce the mental load. You're not thinking throughout the week what to add, what to cook, what to buy, what not to buy. You're buying exactly what you planned for, so you're reducing waste. So I think that's all the value additions when the app is used well, can be brought to the consumer. And what are the differentiators, like, right? So what are we adding extra on to the simple thing that an LLM can do that can fetch you the recipes? So first one is, yes, we have the AI that is working for, it creates the ingredients and the list, and we can also have a pantry tracker, so it knows what you bought last week and what you cooked last week. So this time when you're again adding a cookie for your recipe, it knows you already bought flour last week and this is leftover, so it can aggregate and add. You can have the family collaborate, so the kid has a big sale, so the kid also can add I want 6 cookies this weekend, so mom doesn't have to remember, add it by when she goes for grocery shopping, right? And I think you can also have a budget tracker. We can have an estimated grocery bill amount as you keep adding your meal recipes. Of course, we'll have to maintain a database and keep adding, so you know exactly, at least a ballpark estimation of what you can expect when you go for shopping. And we can add further more, personalization through different phases in terms of, it remembers your allergy profiles, it remembers your favorite recipes, and gets ingredients and prepares the shopping list according to your needs. So I think this is a good time for this to market, because families are getting used to having AI in their life, and this is also not they're not worried about sharing their any personal data or financial or bank details. This is a simple home thing, repetitive cognitive tasks that we are trying to automate, take their mental load off. So I think this is also a right time to market this. If built right, we can have the features for this to build on. I also think so much more. We can have family members more, and you can have different roles. We can have a live retailer price integration as well. We can have, over 3 months, 6 months, how much spending tracker dashboard. We can have nutritional goal tracking. So I think the features, can be added on in different phases for this app. So there is a huge potential is what I think. So we'd be giving families their good time back and have a good experience and at their dinner time. So this is what I'm proposing. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Any questions? Do I have still 2 minutes? I'm sorry, or did I
No, you're
overrun?
overtime. You're overtime. You're done.
Yes.
Yeah, you're overtime. Okay, so quick
Okay.
question. How do you act technology-wise? How do people know what they left over in the fridge? I had to manually enter to ChatGPT and ask how the data synchronization works. Idea is good. There's like many pieces of data entry need to go in to make it work.
So one thing is, they can add maybe pictures of their fridge or pantry to continually track it, but I understand it is again an input overhead. So over a period of using this app, and they keep confirming, you did prepare this. So we have a database within that keeps track of, okay, flour that was bought last week was used for this much cake, so there is left over this much for this week. So it was last week. So everything, the data that we have, we will intelligently try to manage and keep a track of this thing. As long as they confirm, they need to just confirm, yes, this was used. No, the plans changed. This was not used. So I think within our ecosystem with less user input, we can handle that, manage that, if we build it smartly enough. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyone have any other questions? Yeah, this one, I just want you to really figure out how to manage your data to make it easier for user to use it. It's more the user experience. I think people willing to use it, but actually when you start doing that, you scan this, take this, it's like, let me just go based on my memory as example, right? Yeah, figure out the entire user experience and the data overwhelm.
Okay, sure. Yep. Thanks, Dr. Nancy.
Next one. Oh, let's go back to Tatiana.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think you can see my screen, right? Okay. So work-life balance isn't about working less. It's about finding your tempo. Let me tell you about Sarah. She is, let me see. Yeah. She is 32 years old. She's a PM. Got first remote job and thought, finally, I can hit the gym in the morning, call my mom at lunch, actually get to that dentist appointment I've been putting off. And then reality. Monday, meetings from 9 to 12. Gym didn't happen. Tuesday, she had this 20-minute gap at 2 p.m. Could have called the bank, but she didn't plan for it. Ended up on Slack. Bank closes at 5. Her last meeting ran till 5:15. And Wednesday, she actually had like 4 hours of gaps between meetings. 4 hours. And every single one just disappeared into email and random stuff. So Friday comes. She was busy the entire week, but the gym didn't happen. Bank is still not called. Mom didn't hear from her. And the presentation she actually needed to finish, Sunday night. And here's the thing. Sarah is not lazy. She has 3 to 5 hours of open time every single day between her meetings. She just doesn't have anything help her actually use it. three pains that millions of people share. Personal tasks that need business hours, but work fills the 9 to 5 window. Goals like fitness that lose to the calendar every week. And 3 to 5 hours of that time every day that nobody helps you use. Are you Sarah? Have you found your tempo? Meet Tempo. It's an AI life planner, and here's how it works. Monday morning, Sarah just tells Tempo everything on her plate, and I mean everything, not just work. Finish the program specification document, call the bank, gym 3 times, prepare the presentation, call mom. Takes her like 30 seconds. Doesn't have to be organized, just a brain dump. And Tempo looks at her calendar, finds every gap between her meetings, and figures out where each thing actually fits. So the bank call, Tempo puts it Tuesday at 2:15. There's this 20-minute gap between her stand-up and product review. It's during banking hours. It's too short for real work, but it's perfect for a quick call. And gym, 6:30 in the morning, because Tempo learned from her data that she actually goes 90% of the time when it's before 8 a.m. The document, Wednesday morning. That's her best energy window, and Tempo keeps it protected by putting lighter stuff around it. Call mom, Thursday evening, when she's winding down and actually wants to talk. One tap, it's all on her calendar. Now her time is dancing to the tempo of her life moving forward. So, but there is a thing. Every tool out there only handles work, but Tempo serves life. And like Motion, it auto-schedules your tasks, but it will put Sarah's bank call at 7 p.m., reclaim, it blocks focus time. But in reality, Tempo, it will serve your life. And why AI? Because when Sarah types call the bank, Tempo gets that means business hours. Gym means 90 minutes with travel and shower, deep work. So that's it. And every week it gets better at knowing her. What about the tech? We are not building from scratch if this product is selected. LLMs already handles the constraint reasoning. Google Calendar AP gives us real data from day one. And published research gives us the energy baseline, so it will work. And you know what changed for Sarah? The bank finally got called, the gym actually happened, and Thursday evening, mom heard her voice. So work-life balance was never about working less. It's about finding yours. That's what I'm building, an AI that finds it. That's it.
I will use it. Period.
You will?
So this is an AI agent product, and the cohort before, cohort 8, cohort 7, cohort 6. The winner of cohort 6 did something similar, but work on scheduling different stuff. It was more focused on calendar management, getting things done. It's really cool for busy people. At least I will use it. And I think this can be done too in terms of technology, because it has been done by the 2 cohorts before you. Cool. Anyone have any questions?
So in terms of, sorry, I have one. So in terms of what a person who subscribes to this would need access to, is it just their one calendar, or can it be just the calendar? It will pick the information and then schedule other things for you.
Yeah, it will use the calendar.
Okay, and it will just give you a list of what's the best time you can do what activity.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a smart planner.
Okay.
So just to clarify, it sounds like you're doing like an automated like calendar blocking, like an optimized calendar blocking that you can sync between the AI itself and your like, would it go between Apple calendars, Google calendars, Outlook, all of them? Or would it be something that people would have to place individually, like when they have the time chunks into calendar blocking?
I mean, Tempo is proactive. Right now we are full of apps that are reactive assistants. So we normally ask what's on my calendar, and the assistant like answers. But the idea is that we dumps like our week to Tempo, and Tempo will build a plan that we normally couldn't build by ourselves, because we don't know what will fit in some deep times that we have between meetings. So the idea is like Tempo is like a life planners. So yeah, that's the difference.
So how does the AI decide on you? This is the best time, for example, for your task.
So in reality, how this will work is that in the beginning, you will link the calendar to this app, and then of course it has your schedule. Then Tempo will ask you what are your tasks this week, all your tasks, and then this app will help you to place each activity or each task depending on your time. Or the idea is that focus always on that time. And for example, if you want to go to the gym 3 times, so the idea is that you can tell, okay, at what time you want to go. Or in the morning. Okay, so the app will tell you, and we try to adjust your calendar and to tell you, oh, you have free only 2 days this week, because you have a meeting scheduled already in the rest of the week. So the idea is that it will place that.
Yeah, we're overtime.
Okay.
So in short, you need to build in the conversation. You have a chatbot option or conversational option. You can manage as far ahead as possible. You should also, there should be some like user setup, earlier onboarding to understand their preferences, not just based on when do you have time. It's based on when to do this makes most of the sense, plus whatever habit. So you design all the onboarding information taken ahead of time. Okay, cool. For the sake of time, let's continue. And all the conversation go into the Zoom chat or Discord channel, and make sure to do a private channel, not just DM, so that other people may have similar question like you. All right. At the same time, I also post the Zoom background in Discord channel or Cohort AR channel. Everyone can see it. Okay, I need to update. Now, next one, let's keep going. I believe is Amrita. Let's go.
Yes. Hi.
Oh,
My
yeah.
photo, for some reason, the background's is opposite. I don't really know why that is, but I'll just do it.
It's okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone. I'm Amrita, and I'm from Singapore. And I'll introduce you to my the product that I'm interested in, and it's called Kinetic. It's an AI-powered progressive coach for self-trainers like me. The progression wall. Every self-trainer has hits a wall. It's not a physical wall, it's a psychological one. You've been training consistently for months. You've been sometimes stuck in, the same weight for 3 months, 4 months. You don't see your weights going up. And sometimes as a result of that, you get doubts, like self-doubts creep in, right? And there's no trainer in the room to tell you why or what's going wrong with you. But most people can't afford a personal trainer. Like, I've been training for over 4 years. I can't afford a personal trainer. So this is what I do. And as a result, you can see me in the gym, and that's actually me with a bunch of weights trying to guess what's the right weight that I should, do today for a squat. Should it be 10 or 12.5, depending if my knee feels correct? I do 12.5, my knee hurts, I go back to sort of 10. So clearly this is an information problem. And this is where I feel Kinetic, the product, targets to remove this guesswork. I'll go into the competitive space a little bit, because I think that will sort of go into the product after that. Obviously, the fitness space is very, very crowded. But I would say, when I say crowded, they all do very different things. So I've just compared the more common ones or more relevant ones to this particular app. You have a bunch of apps that do progression silos. What that means is it creates a workout program personalized to your goals for 4 or 6 weeks, and it tells you, like, week 1 or 2, pick this weight, like week 3 or 4, it picks this weight. The problem with it is it has no idea how your form is. It's just giving you a plan. And then on the other side, you have a form silo. You have apps like Gym Score, etc., that actually allow you to upload a video, and it like gives you an analysis of how your form is, etc., which is great. But it lacks the whole context of what weight you're picking up, right? So 3 weeks ago, what weight did you pick up? Now what weight? Like, it's not really there. So it's just literally a form snapshot of what you upload at the moment. So that's sort of like the two areas that I'm trying to bridge together to analyze form, but then be consistent in recommending to the user if that form is good at a higher weight. So that leads us to my product itself. Kinetic works in 4 steps. Scan, which is basically where the user can record or upload the video, and the app captures the movement. The second one's analyze. This is where most apps really stop, because they just flag the symptom. What that means is if a person is doing a squat, they would just tell you that, hey, either your back is rounded, you don't get your back or chest up or whatever it is, whatever, but it sort of diagnoses the symptom and not the root cause. The third one is the coach one. Based on the diagnosis, basically, the app delivers a specific contextual cues to not keep your chest up, but basically, in this particular scenario, it's the recommendation is more like your upper back is fatiguing at this specific load. So how do you address that before you actually progress to that weight? So that's the kind of feedback that this app would give as compared to like some of the other ones out there in the market. And the fourth one is progress. Only when the form at a current weight basically is well-rounded from all over, then the app recommends this person to go heavier. And I'll just show you an example. Like, this is basically, oops. Okay, that's actually me, a very bad lining up, but that's actually me doing Bulgarian squats or something like this. It takes a snapshot of actually your form, and it asks the user to input my weight as well. And in this particular case, it tells me your score is horrible. Don't go with weights, drop your do body weight first. So this is taking a snapshot of your weight and telling you if you should go to the next weight or not. In the app, the differentiator of the app is basically this, where it does a before and after recommendation. So say in the previous scenario, it told me that I'm doing a great job and I can move on to the next level. It does the same, like you upload a video at the before, and you upload a video at the after, with a heavier form, and it does a granular and diagnostic score across multiple, parameters, and it records your performance. Then what it does is it understands as load increases, the AI tracks how each parameter shifts, is it stability, range of motion, etc., and it pinpoints the exact moment the breakdown actually happens. So this is not a symptom, it's a root cause sort of a treatment. And is it a limitation of mobility? Are you not, is it a strength gap, etc.? And that's where the AI, because it has the full progression picture, and it's not just like a snapshot, that's where basically it becomes from a form checking into like a coach giving you decisions. So yeah, it's basically telling you in this particular case, this is the root cause and you'll have to fix this before you move your weights up to the higher, higher weight. I mean, in the long term, I would love for this to be an ecosystem, but for the MVP, basically, there would be 2 parts. One, where the user uses audio or text actually even to just record the weight of the exercise that they're doing. So if it's a 10 kilo, 8 kilo, and the next thing is actually a camera vision for uploading the video itself. Target customer, I mean, I'll walk through the target customer maybe later, but I think...
We're over time.
Yeah,
The customer should be very straightforward. Question.
Yeah.
Is there any existing AI model that can detect people's posture?
Yes. So Google Media Pipe, this is where I wanted to say, a lot of the form apps in the moment are using this. They're using it, and it has a 33 body like landmark, etc. So this model is actually very popular in the market, and it's been used by some other apps. And I also noticed that there are some video sets on Kaggle for strength training. So I would say maybe in the MVP, my goal is to narrow it down to a few exercises and provide some public data training sets, and also maybe scrape some YouTube workouts for those 20 for those 20 exercises with varying body types, etc.
You
I
know,
want
something,
now go ahead.
something funny. I interview all the engineers. Every cohort, there's at least one engineer that's done this project. And it's MediaPipe and YOLO models. Those are the two models that are used. It's Google's MediaPipe and YOLO model 12. And what they use is computer vision. So because what you're doing is before take a video, after take a video, you could do real-time feeds with OpenCV. OpenCV is a real-time computer vision model, and then you can do it with MediaPipe or the YOLO model. There's like 12 models now. So every engineer
I would like to take your advice.
has done this type of MVP.
Okay.
At least one.
Can I maybe connect with you offline to hear back more on this so I can study it more as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. Other question, John, go ahead.
Okay, it's just a simple question, but I think you wanted to position it as opposed to paying like $100, $150 to a coach. So one thing that's nice is getting like verbal feedback. Have you considered adding like, in your fix, you have text fix, right? And you have like a photo fix on the screen, like all your fixes. Maybe would you ever consider integrating voice to it?
Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, to be honest, voice was the second part, which like when the users in the like gym or whatever to say, hey, I'm lifting 10 kilos of like say a squat or whatever, was actually the part of the MVP for basically taking into account the weight component and the exercise component to make the model smarter for form plus like progression.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Amrita, sorry if you mentioned this, but does the AI also kind of serve as a trainer, not just like helping to fix like your posture? Does it also like train kind of like a new gym enthusiast from scratch?
Right. I guess not in the initial stage, because I think for an MVP to actually test if this form plus progress can work fine, I feel like that would be the scope of the MVP. But I think, I mean, I didn't share it over here. In the future phases, etc. Basically, I wanted an ecosystem where I also work with like creators, etc., to bring their programs into this app so their audience can get like a free like analysis of their how they're progressing with other workouts. So not really limited to a specific workout recommendation myself, but then use anyone's workout. But then I like the app provides the technology for making people like confident that they're progressing well. But that would not be in the initial part, but probably, yeah, if this takes off in the next few next phases.
Okay, we're running out of time. Last question. Hashita, go ahead. We couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Hashita, we couldn't hear you. The next one, get ready.
Hi, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is like you have suggested that it suggests to you to increase the weight according to the body posture, right? So does it analyze just your picture, or how does it take analyze your strength? So because it's different, if the app is just analyzing your posture, how does it account your actual strength of the body? Does it take your dietary things or into the account?
No, so it doesn't account any fitness bit, but what it does is it accounts for different parameters. It takes, when you upload a video, it creates 4 or 5 parameters on which it assesses your form based on stability in terms of movement, and then the users actually inputting the weight that they carry, because this is specifically for strength training as a start. So the weight is a manual input from the user through an audio, whatever. That together with the form analysis done by the is sort of the input for the model, and to take a snapshot of the form at like say 10 kilo, and then it does the same thing at 12.5 kilo, and then it compares where is the gap happening. Is it at stability? Is it at movement, etc.? And then it identifies the root problem, and then it provides a recommendation.
Okay, we
Did I
are
answer that?
severely over time.
Okay, sorry.
People put questions in the chat. I know everyone love to have 6 packs. Let's continue. Chasa and chat. Hold on.
You can just call
Chatting
me Chai. Just
Chai.
call me
Okay.
Chai. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, can you see my screen?
Loading. Let's go.
Okay, all right. So good morning, everyone. Before I pitch what my idea is, I would like to talk about the problem in one simple sentence, and that is, why is it not happening? Right. That every banking fraud investigator today spends hours writing reports, what AI can literally draft in minutes. And what I mean by that is, today, every fraud that gets launched or as a complaint, after it is said that it's a fraud, investigators spend hours writing that investigation report, right? And the main problem is that everybody, all the companies are helping to detect that it's a fraud. But after that, it just stops there. There's no one helping these investigators document that entire process so that banks can understand and take a relative action on that particular case, right? Every investigator right now is having 10 to 15, maybe 20 or more than that, based on his level of expertise. He spends approximately more than 3 hours on documenting each case, right? This margin of cases being completed and not completed is 70 to 30. Like 70% cases only gets closed, 30% do not. And this is a huge number for the banking sector. And as the digital advancement is happening, the fraud cases are increasing like tenfolds. Banks are limited on staff and they cannot cope up with so many cases. And this documentation is an additional manual work that is taking extra effort, right? So I'm trying to solve these problems, right? So what is stopping these investigators from facing more cases rather than facing more cases, they are spending most of their work in documentation. So what is happening is that they're interviewing customers, but all of that is happening manually, right? They're taking notes most of the time, right? And even after taking audio recording, they're listening to it and again making notes, right? If they're taking evidences from the forensics team or they're taking evidences from any other audit logs, then they are downloading that evidence from multiple systems. Or if the team sends them over emails, it gets lost in the sea of many emails, right? Third one is that currently there is no perfect analysis or classification, relies completely on memory. Like an investigator has to first teach himself what are the different types of frauds or non-frauds and then classify each case into whether it's a fraud or a non-fraud. Fourth one is the most important one, that currently the investigation report is written scratch every time and it takes 2 to 3, maybe 6 or 5 hours, right? He has to write the same findings again in different formats, maybe fraud monitoring report or show cause notices. And each case has its own deadline. So if the person loses his deadline, then that could cause a different problem because the company then has to like answer to those people, or they have it then gets loaded in a bunch of other cases, right? So what my idea is Clear Case AI, which is an AI powered investigation assistant that helps these investigators summarize, analyze, and write all this documentation easily and attend more cases rather than spending time in writing these cases, right? So who are we building for? We are building for the primary user, which is a fraud investigator, of course, who will be attending these cases and analyzing and writing reports. Secondary users are the heads, actually, which then read these cases again, right? And if they want any changes, they send it back to the investigator. So that is causing another problem. So they can read these cases and maybe tell minor changes, or they can tell the AI directly what changes they want. And third are the bank two-sided marketplace. If we're thinking like that way, we are talking about bank customers who are waiting that when will I get my money back if I'm getting scammed, right? So what my AI does, it auto summarizes complaint tickets, right? Whatever complaints they get, it summarizes quickly so the person can understand what are the most important information. If the investigator conducts customer interview, which is still the human has to do it, then the call can easily get summarized. The AI can auto transcribe and summarize the interview, whatever customer interview the investigator does with the customer. The most important part is the auto classify. It can classify all those cases into fraud, non-fraud, and write respective reports, right? The most important MVP was the auto generate investigation report, which takes hours right now. So if that can reduce and it can happen in minutes, then people can investigate, investigators can investigate more cases rather than spending time. And it can auto generate these different types of cases according to different types of reports according to different types, how there are different, like fraud monitoring report or show no case report. Now, the competitive landscape, there are 40 plus products, but don't worry, they are not for writing an investigation report. They are only there to detect fraud. There is no competitor right now other than ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, which kind of summarizes everything. And I have asked, after doing my voice of customers with currently 3 people right now, which is very less, I know, they're telling that the Copilot doesn't give them the accurate results. So they are kind of not using it in their daily workflow, right? And we don't need to start from scratch. That is the best part, because we have our large language models like Claude or ChatGPT. We have a voice transcribing model like Whisper or Assembly AI, or even ChatGPT can do it. We can use a RAG model to retrieve whatever the existing query time is. We have banks historic investigation reports, so we can kind of train our data based on what a fraud is, non-fraud is, and everything like that. And we can understand, like we can have data on what kind of report is written, how it's written, and what kind of language it uses, bank specific language. We can train that data on that as well. So yeah, this product matters because it can help businesses and victims at the same time. It can handle 10
Overtime.
Yeah,
Important
basically,
question.
yeah, that's
Where
it,
do you
yeah.
find the training data for fraud investigation?
So the problem that I found out was from India when I talked to them. So Reserve Bank of India has its own documentation that is publicly available as to what are the different kinds of investigations and data available, and what are the different types of reports or something like that.
So so there's public fraud information that's available in India. You will use it for your training data set to find.
Yeah.
I felt like it's not enough data. There's fraud information, but like detector, there's a fraud. You probably need to look into other things more than public available information, right?
Like all that, like even banks have their own kind of set of rules, right? Like what can be called as fraud, non-fraud, or what kind of different reports. So we can like take that data as well to train our model.
I think it's not enough data. I just feel like something is missing.
2 questions.
I think
So 40 competitors, what is stopping them from creating a report? They're the ones that are intrinsically involved with all the, right? You got to look at legal policies, because legally that's what's determined whether or not it's fraudulent, as well as banking policies, right? So each country is different. 40 competitors in this, they just have to create a report on the data set they already have. If they want to go into it and just make a report, how do you compete against them? Because they're the ones with the data.
Well, yeah, I will have to like think about this as well. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No problem.
Cool. Yeah, get more information on data side. So let's keep going. Oh, Moik, a question?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. So you said you will use the data, for instance, the historical data to train the model. Could you elaborate here more? What exactly do you mean by train the model?
So basically what we'll do is that every bank, the bank has a specific way that the report is written, right? So if we can give the AI model all the data as to how that, what language is used, how the report is created, then the AI can literally write that in that particular way. So if report can be easily written, and it can get approved by the seniors as well, because it goes to the seniors for approval. And if there are changes in the language or something like that, it goes back to the investigator. So if we train that data on how the bank expects the report to be, then we can, like, the investigators can just, verify if any changes required. But basically the report is created right in front of him. He doesn't have to write it by hand.
Yeah, so basically it's not training the model or retraining a model by any other means. Yeah, because retraining a build model, for instance, would require a huge effort and expenses to do that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next one. Everyone get ready. You know the sequence. Tina, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, we are girls, well, 40 minutes behind. Let's everybody speed up and hit the mark. Okay, let's go.
Sorry, give me a sec. I'm trying to share my screen. Oops. Sorry, I have to. Oh.
Restart?
Yes.
Okay, next one. Junxia, you want you restart and come back. We don't have time. Okay, so you everyone test your tag. You know who is next. You read it out. You know your name next. Text your tag before you come up. Okay, Junxia, let's go. Tina, once you text your tag, just we switch you later on. Junxia, are you here? Let's go. Yeah. Cool. Hey, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. My idea is Joy Receipt. It's an AI-powered life intelligence. It's turning the receipts into smarter everyday decision. So receipts are not just the transaction records. They are high-resolution behavioral data. With AI, the opportunity is to turn receipts into structured intelligence, move from passive tracking to proactive action. So manage everyday life from clothing, dining, travel, etc., and deliver the hyper-personalized recommendations based on the real behavior. So the pain point is we generate the data, but we don't use it. We received a lot of receipts every week, every month, every year, but the data is fragmented and completely unutilized. However, every purchase reflects the real behavior across different life domains. The second one is that the existing applications focus on the finance. They help users to manage and track their finance, help them cut spending and achieve the financial goals. But receipts include rich data, but they are not fully utilized. So this application targeted for two main segmentations. The first one I can think of is the young professionals who can use the applications to optimize their lifestyle. Like, for example, the fashion style. The app can analyze the purchasing history. For example, their clothing, the top, the buttons, her jewelry or bags, shoes. So by analyzing these data, they can build the fashion style of the users and recommend some items. From the fashion perspective, they can also recommend the fashion style that is similar to her current preference, and also recommend some style that she maybe never think about, so to explore the possibilities. And the second one is for the feminists. For the feminists, they can analyze the items from the grocery receipts. So the app could provide a weekly health score based on the ratio of the fresh produce to the processed foods. They can also analyze For example, you purchase a lot of vegetables, fruits, but you don't have much protein. So the app can help you analyze what kind of nutrition you lack based on this month's purchase and recommend you might need to add more protein in your next month's purchasing. So this is a centralized live data platform. The users can scan the receipt or upload their e-receipt. Then we can use the OCR technology to extract the line items and categorize them. Then we can use the multimodal training to analyze what kind of the preference, habits, and behavioral patterns. Then we can have the personal predictions and recommendations for the user. It's not just it can cover different life domains. It's based on your consume behaviors. So here is I have the food, health, dining, traveling, but we can add some like your hobbies and interests. So the application can provide the recommendations or some other suggestions. The competitive landscape is that, as I mentioned, the current applications focus on the finance and not behaviors. They have very limited functions provided to the users. But with our apps, it focuses on the lifestyle to provide more recommendations for all aspects of your life. So we are creating a new category. It's a life intelligence. We transfer from the passive tracking to proactive, predictive recommendations. It's a full lifestyle OS, and it's not just reporting the past, but driving the future decisions. So this is an AI layer for everyday life, from the fragmented receipts to structured insights, from structured insights to proactive recommendations, from assistant to a fully autonomous agent. So that's my idea. Thank you.
Very important question. The data, the picture of the receipt need to integrate back to the database for all the merchants, because the receipt have an abbreviation of what did you purchase. Is a dress, is a skirt. What does that mean to the store your person is in front? Has an internal system to be matched. So the receipt is not going to have a full description and a long skirt, this long is blue, the receipt cannot extract all the information you need.
I did some research on the receipts. They actually, for example, when I did a purchase on the Cupertino market, I purchased lots of vegetables and fruits. They have the rough ideas like it's apple, it's a banana. So I think those information is good enough for us. And we also have the weights. So we can do some analysis.
You need to niche it down. Maybe fruit groceries is working, but there's a clothing and there's many different things you can purchase. You can buy a variety of different things. You have too much stuff in your scope of work. You cannot analyze all possible receipts.
Yes, we can just first I can think of is we can receive where the users purchase the items, the store, the address. Then we can some recommendations that we can find similar stores around like 5 miles, 10 miles around your location or that store. So we can start from that recommendation, then we can go deeper into your food.
Data is broken. Your receipt have variety. If groceries, yes, because Instacart using the same kind of information to track, did grocers actually, like Instacart grocers actually like purchase wrong stuff, but steal other people's apple. That can be done, but your receipt has variety of different things. You have gigantic, people receive your data. The cleanness of data is missing. It's only available maybe for groceries, and there's so much other stuff that's missing. If you want to do receipt as a data entry point, that's missing.
So that's this technology comes in. We need to how to extract and categorize those items.
I know, too broad. The scope of work is too broad, too difficult for variety or possible items in the market. You want to categorize it too broad, the scope of work too big. That's what I meant.
Maybe we can start from the small, for example, we have a purchase from the Costco. We can start from there and try from the food category, and we can ignore others first.
Yeah, you need to refine your idea and reduce the scope to do something that's like feasible, possible, that have like data that's available for training. So you refine your ideas. Right now, too big. Okay, cool. Next one. Oh, go back to Tina. Was it Tina? Wasn't able to share. Yeah, go back to Tina.
Yes, I'm here. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Wonder if it's showing. Okay, sorry, block it a little bit. Hi everyone, I'm here to pitch HomeWise, an AI agent that solves what I think is the most stressful moment in home ownership, hiring a contractor that you can actually trust. Let me paint a picture. Your HVAC dies in July. You go on Thumbtack, you see 20 contractors, all with 5 stars, and you have no idea who to pick. You choose one, they showed up, give you a number, and then you have no idea if it is fair. You feel like you are being taken advantage of, but you have no choice. You say yes and hope for the best. That's the reality of most homeowners. 3 problems stacked on top of each other. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what a fair price looks like. And even after you find someone, you are still the one managing all the back and forth. Nobody has solved all 3 together until now. Who we serve? Our primary customer is the new homeowner. Busy professionals, money to spend, but absolutely no time or expertise to navigate contractors. They just want someone to handle it. Our secondary customer is the experienced homeowner who has been burned before, overcharged, ghosted, or scammed for someone who claimed to be insured, but wasn't. They are done doing this alone. Here's how HomeWise works. When you signed up, you onboard your home, age, location, systems, appliances. You can upload your inspection report or even scan your rooms. HomeWise builds a maintenance calendar and tracks your warranties. When a task comes up or something suddenly breaks, you tap it, describe the issue, and the HomeWise agent takes over. It independently verifies license status, insurance, and permit history of contractors in your area. It surfaces the top 3 that match your job, reaches out to all 3, collects quotes, and benchmark every number against real local market data. You see a clear comparison, who they are, what they quoted, and whether the price is fair. You pick one. HomeWise schedule the work and syncs it directly to a calendar. That's it. You just say yes. Competitors. Thumbtack and NG show you a list. Home Advisor will pass your number to a contractor, but none of them do what comes next: verification, outreach, and benchmarking, and eventually scheduling the work. Most of their data is self-reported. Contractors submit their own credentials, and no one independently checks. We've seen investigations where unlicensed contractors ranked at the top of each result. HomeWise closes the full loop that nobody else closes. And this is not vaporware. The data exists today. Trace API gives us live license status and disciplinary history across 45 states. Shuffles.ai gives us permit history for over 1,800 jurisdictions. OneBuild gives us 68 million live pricing data points across every United States county. That powers our market benchmarking. Large language models handle contract outreach and quote comparison. For the MVP, we launch in one metro area with curated contractor list and full agent loop, outreach, quotes, benchmarking, and scheduling. We can validate this in weeks using off-the-shelf APIs. We find the contractor, we vet them, we negotiate the price, we schedule the work. Homeowners have been navigating this alone for too long. With HomeWise, you can just say yes. Thank you.
Very good. Anyone have any questions? Actual review yesterday. Anyone, any questions? Anyone, any questions? Well, basically, we found out yesterday this API can pull review for some tag for people to pull information and build AI agent to help homeowners find contractors, negotiate with them, do everything end to end. So data is available. So anyone have any other questions? Cool. Straightforward. This is a good idea. Yeah, please build. I want to use it. I want to use it. So make sure all the technical details is working out. Okay, so Junsha, you did already. Hey, Junsha, why you are? Oh, we switched order. I see. Okay, so Amrita, let's go. The two Amrita.
Yes. Is it okay if I go again?
Oh, it's the same name. Oh, I
Yes.
saw the different. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't have the same
away.
names.
Let's
Okay. Just that I couldn't valid prioritization.
Let's go.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, yes. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm back. You know me. And this time I'd like to wear my other hat on, which is basically a working mother. And that's where the problems like statement comes from. Maya is an AI assistant designed to reduce cognitive overload for working moms, so you can be present for what really matters. Oops. Sorry. Yes. Cognitive overload in working moms is not a time problem. It's a mental load problem. When my husband asks, how can I help? I freeze. And it's not because I don't need help. It's just that the thoughts in my head are so tangled at that moment that I can't find the words. And that's cognitive overload. And I'm sure every working mom has probably felt it. I don't think there are any tools there that in the market today. There are to-do lists, productivity apps, etc. They store tasks, but I don't think they help untangle them. And that's exactly what the goal of my idea is. A lot of research actually points to this, that the brain's not a storage system. So whenever there are a lot of unwritten thoughts in the working memory, like it's sort of like quietly draining your memory in the background. So writing them just doesn't organize them. It actually frees up your mind to think better, prioritize better, and even take action. So that's the habit that I'm hoping would is part of the the solution of the product. Maya works in 3 steps. Capture any thought in under 10 seconds, and that's the goal. So whenever I'm sitting in office, I'm in a meeting, if I just thought of the fact that, oh, I need to apply for my daughter's passport, you just either speak to it or you just write it down before you forget, and that thought slips away from your mind again. And clarify and prioritize. The AI asks minimal, but a few questions to understand it better. When is it due? And things like, what's the consequence if it's not done? It wants to understand really there are a bunch of things, which ones are really important for you and why is it important? And finally, act and remind, because, when it clarifies that, the objective is for the AI to actually provide, get back to the user with a prioritization that it's done with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this particular due date based on urgency and impact. And over time, obviously, as the AI knows the user better, it's going to get better in prioritizing as well. And finally, act and remind. Because the AI knows the context, the reminder is not just going to be another nudge saying, hey, this task is pending, go and do it. It's going to be very contextual and timely as to why you need to do this, etc. as well. Going down. For the MVP, again, I think the main parts that I covered initially would be the onboarding, where we actually want to go in and understand the user better. Do we want to know what really is important for her? Is it that she has someone like, in her family who's sick, and that's why medical appointments are really important for her? Or is it that meal, like every day she needs to cook, and that's a non-negotiable? So it's sort of to understand that so that the AI can help prioritize her tasks better as well. And then secondly is the capture with audio or with speech or text, and basically using AI to clarify and prioritize. And over time, obviously, when it knows you more, it identifies patterns like you paid the swimming coach on the 30th of the month. Do you want to add it for the next month? Like, do you want to add it this month, etc. But that's probably going to be a later phase and not now. I'm coming to the, I swapped around the slides because I realized we're short of time here. So I just wanted to get into the details of how I would see that this would work technically. So the capture bit for the audio. The audio is when she speaks or types a thought. Whisper is OpenAI's speech recognition model. So this was, I mean, I obviously looked it up, and there could be recommendations for better ones as well, but it transcribes it in real time. So that transcription then enters orchestration pipeline, which is which connects the product. The heart of the engineering is, I mean, the heart of the intelligence is really just the prompt engineering layer. And for that, one of the, open source models like Claude Sonnet, etc., could be the reasoning model. And and after that, basically, the personalization layer sits on ChromaDB. So basically everything that we input about the user, her options, we know about her, and every time she changes her prioritization, etc., we store this as inputs as well. So every time a new task comes in, the AI retrieves similar past tasks, their outcomes, etc., and that's how it learns her patterns and recurring payments, etc., better. But this would probably be in the next phase of the project as well. So I mean, I could go into other things like the audience, etc., but now, Dr. Nancy, let me know if I should, or like, do you just want to jump into questions?
Jump in questions. I think it's
Yeah.
very similar to Temple AI, but
Yes,
hers is
I realized.
hers is more advanced than yours. She has candidate management after prioritization. I think those two should be merged. We only have two similar product. Okay.
Right.
If I choose between yours and hers, we choose hers because she has yours and plus calendar management. So yours automatically go under her anyway. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving to the next one. Payal?
Mm-hmm.
Payal.
Naz. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll share the screen. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me fine? And is my screen visible?
Yeah,
I'm sharing the screen. Yeah. So I wanted to pitch Admissions Copilot today, essentially an AI-powered copilot for navigating the path to US colleges. What we want to pitch and what we want to productize is we want to demystify the US college admission journey, which currently is very fragmented and differs by each college, each school district. We want to provide a unified portal which is actionable by AI and provides a roadmap to families and students, high schoolers. Also, we bring in the ecosystem, which is the counselors and coaches into the same into the same portal. So that's a high level idea. I want to double click into the problem statement itself. So problem statement, currently the admission pipeline is fragmented and reactive. When we start ninth grade for students, families lack a clear roadmap. There are different strategies, and everyone is following a siloed strategy to get to the colleges. Currently, the information is fragmented by school district, Reddit, post-its, just word of mouth connecting with their peers. And then comes the teen paralysis, action paralysis, where teens are hesitant to reach out for research assistance or internships or nonprofit or volunteer opportunities that are present out there. There's a hesitation to outreach them. And then the fourth part, which is a problem statement, is there is no single portal where all these informations or all these opportunities are laid out clearly. There's no such place. Everything is found out by the universities or by their connections. What we want to do is provide them a single portal which can be actioned by AI, where AI is actually doing the heavy lifting for the students, which is drafting the emails for outreach to professors, scouting the local opportunities for internships, volunteer opportunities, summer internships, and anything that's research going on. Providing them right there in the portal and helping them again for the reach out. Now, so that's the current problem statement. A fourth portion also I want to call out is also the counselors. The counselors, as per the research, 85% of the families engage with the counselors in 11th grade when it's already too late. The portfolio of a student is already established by then in the 9th and 10th grade. In the 11th grade, they can just put things together. They cannot help actually improvise anything for the students. So just want to call out again who are our primary users and how will we create value for them. Our primary user, our customer segment will be the high schooler, grade 9 to 12. Again, the value to them will be will be the actionable hyperlocal steps, AI-assisted execution. Then a secondary stakeholder will be the parents or the family members, where they do not need to do constant nagging. There is transparency available directly in the portal. And the third one is we tap into our ecosystem itself, which is our counselors and coaches. They receive high intent clients who are already ready. Like there's a dashboard in which the students have already inputted that I have done all this. They can help them actually take it to the next level because they have pristine data already available to them and they can connect them to the right colleges. So just laying out our overall solution, we start with capturing the app ingest the students' interest and family at the get-go. What are the interests? Then we generate a roadmap. We act as a hyper-local matchmaker. This is where recommendation engine comes in, and we use something like XGBoost available from the LLMs for recommendations. And the fourth piece is the execution and synthesis. This is where we use Gen AI to draft applications, manage milestones, and build a digital portfolio. Think of it like a LinkedIn portfolio, but for a high schooler. And we'll come to the competitive layout. Again, I think just showing how this will work through between ninth grade. In ninth grade, we are literally providing them with skill building. In 10th grade, we start focusing on entry-level opportunities and shadowing. In 11th grade, they put it all together. And in 12th grade, the synthesis happens ready for the college applications. And the counselor ecosystem is essentially a built-in marketplace. They get a seamless handoff to human expertise. I want to talk about the competitive landscape because I know that then we would say, what are the other places that are available? LinkedIn is available, but LinkedIn is one, it's considered unsafe for kids. 90% of parents do not feel safe having their kids on LinkedIn, especially 9th and 10th graders. And it's unstructured because all the volunteer opportunities, professors, and internships are not available on LinkedIn. So again, it's unstructured, not available. Navians and Scott Hire, they are just that's a static portal, just providing the transcripts to the colleges. They're not doing anything proactive in terms of recommendations. Traditional consultants come in, there's definitely a cost to barrier, 5K to 25K. And again, they operate in silos. Everyone has their own style. There's not a singular place when they all come in together. So that's where we want to pitch in Admission Copilot, where it brings it all together, helps with AI, with the execution stuff, and comes up with a single portal. I do want to show some of the wireframes. I know we are short on time, but I just wanted to show some of the wireframes in terms of how a user, or which is a high schooler, is precisely scouting for local opportunities. Application Copilot, which is essentially drafting their applications, but it's strictly a draft only, considering the data governance, where the user is essentially sending out the final draft, reviewing it, sending out the draft. And then a portfolio vault or a coach dashboard, which is one used by a high schooler to see where he is. Every time he completes something, he or she, the skills show right there. Think of it as a LinkedIn again, but in a way showing it for the high schooler. And then it's available for the high schooler, the parents, and the coaches when they take over at critical milestones like refining the essays or shortlisting the list of colleges that the family wants to go after. So overall, the destination for families, and we want to start with
very overtime. By the way, great presentation skills, very good. The scope is big. Are you saying that you use AI to help them to prepare for college application, and then they can connect with counselors later on?
Yes. And counselors also become part of the same ecosystem, Dr. Nancy. So we include them in the same ecosystem so that they also get to see what the kids are doing. Because currently it's a manual ask. In 11th grade, the first thing the counselor asks is, hey, this is an Excel. Can you put in everything that you've done so far? And 11th is when they already, they need to study to actually get to the APs, finish their APs, that's time lost for them to do any internships or research opportunities.
Yeah, I cannot get my head is spinning. I just felt very, very big. There many pieces goes into this. So you
see.
enter information about what you did, and the counselors can help you review, give you additional advice, and the AI can also help you give even better advice or different ideas regarding what you do, what are the volunteer opportunities. Together, the three group of people is going to work for college application purposes. Like this, many pieces, right? Did I summarize right?
That's right. It has a wide scope. Yeah, it has a wide scope.
What is the most painful thing that this target audience is facing that the industry is not providing right now? If you had one pain point that is not being solved, what would that be?
I think it's the information fragmentation currently. Like if we just want to target on our two segments, customer segments, which is the student and the family, currently there is no single place where they can find all the opportunities together. And then there is always, the dependency on the teen themselves. They are teenagers at this age, right? Will they act on that opportunity or not? So if we can solve those two, leaving the counselor out even at this point, let's say the counselor is just a handoff, availability, that this is what the student has done till this point. That's where we bring in the counselor. But the first two problems solved.
Change scope to that. Directly identify the right opportunity based on students' like past experience and scores or interests, all of this. What kind of summer camp they can go, what's it look like, what's the review, what's the pros and cons, how it's going to add to your existing profile. If you're athletics, maybe you should do some math Olympics, I don't know, whatever. So if you go to math Olympics, there are 20 different ways to get in. And your score is so low, let's go into easiest can ever find, whatever, right? So maybe just do that will be a better guidance.
That's good. Yeah, that's great.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
update your scope of work. Okay, in the description, everything like you need change your idea and scope of work. Okay, cool.
I will do that. Thanks, Nancy.
And then you need find data to give. There are all the school activity, variety of activity. Where to find those information, right? For training. So get those information, update to Discord and the Google Sheet that I track everybody. Okay, cool. But the great presentation skills is very good. Rohit, let's go.
Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible and am I audible?
Yeah, let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pitch for Unmute. Unmute is an AI platform that enables or transforms raw and unstructured, unorganized galleries into authentic social narratives. It will act as a personal publicist, which will remove the barriers, technical barriers, as well as the emotional barriers that are preventing people from publishing their posts. Gone. Just a second. Sorry. All right. So what are the primary reasons why people hesitate or are reluctant to post? So there are four kinds of frictions. One is the effort friction, which is basically a lot of work in curating the right content to post. Second is the judgment friction. People fear that they might appear too cringe or they want to be very perfect when they are presenting themselves out there. And then there is this authenticity gap where people do not want to feel like they are a bot or what they're posting is very generic. Who are our target audience? Now, we can divide the entire social media users into three categories. One is the influencers or creators who are the 1% contributors to social media content. Then we have the passive sharers who attribute to around 14 to 15% of the social media users. And then we have the rest who do not post any content on social media. Our target audience is the 14 to 15% who have the desire to post something, but are not able to because of the barriers that the current ecosystems have. Now, what are the features that we are going to provide that will enable them to post more openly? First is a narrative packager where we will use their gallery and then create a highlight using certain contextual data like the GPS and the time. Then we have the vibe matcher where we take in the personality details of an individual and then use a model to provide the captions, which is more in line or in alignment with the user's personality. Then we will have a feature where they can just share the entire uh, comment or opinion about certain thing or how they are feeling through a voice medium, and then we use that to uh, create a caption which reflects their personality. Additionally, we can add more details by going to in-depth analysis of where they have taken the picture and use their uh, historical data to say that this is something which uh, I felt really happy about. So the difference is in this. So posting just a picture versus posting a picture with some valuable content uh, is very different, and it will definitely help them stand out. How are we going to enable them through these features is having a visual layer, which will basically use the data in their gallery to curate a reel or, depending on their posting preference, a video or a picture. Then we'll have a contextual layer, which will use uh, uh, maps data or historical data to give them certain additional content to write as part of the picture or the video that they're trying to post. And finally, the emotional layer, which will help them share their feelings and then ensure that it feels like them and not a bot. How are we going to achieve this? Most of the models that are required to get the features are already pre-trained. There is not a lot of data that is required. Maybe for fine tuning, we might require some data, some label data, which I think should not be much when we can gather it through different posts which have really good captions. Moving on to market analysis, there are a lot of other products which enable creators to create good content, but they are focused on production speed and not on user confidence. The customers that we are trying to target are the ones who are not creators, but do not know how to become a creator. They do not know how to navigate through the various stages of creation or content creation. So we will basically enable them by addressing their barriers, both technological and psychological. So there's a workflow of competitors versus how Unmute is going to look like. Then in terms of market sizing, the total creator economy is around 323 billion. If you look at the segment that we are targeting, it would be 65 billion. If we were to particularly talk, even if we target or achieve 1.5% of the market that is available, we will achieve close to 1.2 billion revenue. To further supplement whatever research I have done, I had carried out a quick survey, and it largely echoed with the initial hypothesis that we had, where 67% of the people had social anxiety, and they were looking for a feature which would.
Rohit, we're overtime. Let me ask some quick questions. Is this mainly for influencers like me, or for people who are aspiring to become an influencer? Like
Yeah,
you
this is
guys?
for aspiring influencers.
Okay, so
People
before
who
they
are.
post anything, you use this like help them to reduce anxiety before they post and help them
Right.
to navigate.
Right. So there are two kinds of people. One who do not like to post, they're more private. And then there are people who post, but not that occasionally, uh, once every 2 months or 3 months. They have the desire to post, but they do not. They post because of certain barriers that they have.
And so your social anxiety is how to resolve it is by helping them to give recommendation of posting, or help them talking to them like therapist.
That is enabling them to post better, not through not like talking to a therapist, but more like the paralysis that they have in terms of decision is more towards what is the right caption to pick. Am I using the right caption, or am I using the right picture?
Okay.
That is the thing that leads to decision paralysis.
And
And
this
a
will
lot of
be a prompt engineering project. There's no RAG, right? There's no data training. There's no model fine tuning because it's more, I have this picture, which one do you like better? And ChatGPT was it, I like this better, like something like that, right? There's no training data.
If we are using pre-trained models, then there is no data required, but we will use RAG because we need the users curated inputs, and also to contextualize the image, right? Let's say we take a picture in Rome at a cafe which is very famous. What the RAG model is for is it takes the picture, it uses real-time data, searches what the speciality about that place is, and then suggests some content which the user can use in the post.
Okay, so you need to pull lots of information about popular Instagrammable location. About the
Right.
information, that's your
Through
RAG, and any user go to that location, you have recommendation regarding what to do.
right.
Okay, cool. Anyone had any other questions? Cool. Okay, so let's move on to next one. For your idea, it's mainly that do people actually use it, willing to use it, and also all those Instagrammable location, you need scrape information of those location and build your rack. Where are those information coming from? I don't see the existing API to do the Instagrammable location, so you need to find definition of Instagrammable location in Miami or any cities and pull it, then build your rack. So that there's a lot of looking for data work for your product. That's what's going on.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll look for options for data.
Cool. Okay. So Sota, let's go. Good job. Very
Hey,
proactive.
could I just confirm if everyone can see my screen?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, my computer is frozen. All right, so nice to meet everyone. My name is Soda, based out of North Carolina, and my product is called Remember. And so the inspiration came from this whenever, several years ago, my grandfather had passed away. And interestingly enough, I actually ended up learning more about who he was through the stories of others rather than things that I learned while he was alive myself. But it was kind of hard to piece everything together because all the information about him was scattered across different people's minds, phones, photo albums, I mean, you name it. So these things tend to not naturally come into one place automatically. And I suspected that, it wasn't just me that I was experiencing this. And, based on my research, it seemed like roughly 150,000 people pass away every day. And unfortunately, the full picture of who they were leaves with them simply just because life goes on and pieces of who someone was can never find each other on their own. And because this is really a universal experience, I believe this can bring value to all sorts of different people. Oops. Could be a parent, could be a partner, could be a child, sibling, friend, community, an organization. Just you name it, could be anyone. And so for anyone that would like to use this product, really the way it works, the workflow kind of looks like the following. Initially, the person that, the loved one creates a user profile, so a remember profile for them and invites anyone who would like to contribute anything that they have. And so this could be in the shape of a photo, could be a story, could be a voice memo, It could be their favorite recipes. I mean, could be anything. Um, Essentially, then when they're contributing, the contributor labels that data with their relationship that they have with that person, as well as maybe a quick tag on the annotation of, for example, if it's a photo of a vacation, they would say vacation. And then the AI layer would synthesize, I guess, all the contributions and find connections, patterns, essentially turns all these stories into one single portrait of who that person was. So in essence, the AI acts like an inference layer that shares different people's experiences with anyone in the contribution pool. So like I said, because this is a universal experience, there are products out there today that already, kind of address some of these things, mainly obituaries. So just to name some of the direct competitors, Forever Mist, Everloved, and Kudo boards all kind of do similar things, except they don't have that AI synthesis layer where, they take all these different collections of memories and turns them into something more meaningful. I do also want to point out I have experience using arbitraries, and I went through the process of creating a website for these three products, and the end product seems kind of like the storage unit of all the not reviews, but I guess things that other people wanted to contribute. And long story short, it's very tedious, it's very manual, and you can't really choose who gets to contribute the memories, if that makes sense. On the more extreme side of things, there are companies like Hereafter AI and 2WAI, 2Y. I don't know if I'm butchering that, but essentially these companies are trying to simulate the deceased after they passed. I think one of them went bankrupt, and they're essentially facing huge ethical backlashes. So just want to say that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to sit somewhere in the middle and provide value that way. In terms of technical, I guess, feasibility and the layer of it, thinking of, and just to be transparent, I don't have a strong technical background, but just I picked up the textbook, and it seems like we can use large language models to synthesize narratives across contributions, voice models like Whisper that can process audio, and image models like Clip that can extract text and meaning from photos. And so there are specialized foundational models that, we can leverage. And I guess really the exciting part about this is that we can get really creative in what the end product looks like for the users. And I think that's where the moat is. And so, yeah, that's Remember. And if this moves forward as a viable idea, the next step is to be doing more deeper research and getting more feedback from users and getting a more solid, I guess, imagination or visual or vision on what the product looks like. But yeah, happy to work on this with anyone that might be interested. And thank you.
It's a very meaningful product. Since my grandma passed away, I think people willing to use it technology-wise is what I think we need to be more concrete about what exactly this is doing. So you just let users upload, whoever want to contribute, upload about this person, telling stories, and AI synthesize and creating a story about the person. It's like that. And in that case, it just more like voice-based conversational AI, and that can take information, tell stories. So it's prompt engineering plus voice mode, like that.
I guess that, yeah, in terms of out of all the contributions, voice would be most, I guess, agnostic. Um, the long-term vision I had, this is just the minimal, I guess, product vision that I had. The long-term vision was something like where I guess for every family member, they can create a profile. And just kind of like the same way families now have books of family trees where they have generations of different family members and their information inside of a book. This can become a more, I guess, deeper version of that, where not only do we know who this person was through our own eyes, but let's say, for example, my grandfather, I found out a lot about, his relationships with his friends after his passing, just hearing the stories from them. And it was a new side that I never knew about. So kind of that's the vision. So if the conversational piece suffices, yeah, I think we can scope more narrowly.
Yeah, I think very meaningful product. I just want to see the is a simple product or there's more more element of the product features we need to build. Is simple but very meaningful. Okay, I want you to be a really scope out specific key features, the things that the app need to do. It's very simple, but it's good one. It's really good one.
I believe that's where I was also having trouble kind of solidifying my exact vision for this, which was there's a lot of different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
There's a creative aspect to this. So, if anyone is interested in working on this with me, if you have a creative mind, that'll be great.
Yeah, I think this idea needs more brainstorming to really scope it to more concrete. But the idea is good. It's very meaningful. I think people willing to use it is is great meaning. Need to be more specific. Okay, cool. But anyway, so anyone have any other idea? Just send your idea to Sota, and Sota you can post in group chat as well. Okay, cool. Next one, is the last one? Hold on. On the sheet, pitch Joanne.
Yes, it's Joan, and I'm going to quickly share my screen.
I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so let me go slideshow mode. Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And today I wanted to talk to you about my app idea, which is called Pennant. And it's an AI-powered family and parenting app and it's mainly based on reducing cognitive load for scheduling, milestone capture for for student activities, and building up college portfolios. So I saw that there was a little bit of overlap with Admissions Copilot, but this particular app is focused more on the parent and even parents of young children. So I ran a parenting app voice of the customer app. And basically main key takeaway that I found was most people have one or more children that are involved in lots of different hobbies, sports, activities like volunteering, etc. And they are having to manage these schedules, and there's a lot of cognitive load. And there's a lot of administrative overhead. For example, they will get like flyers, of events, or they'll get like schedules of like, okay, practices and games and stuff like that. And they'll have to manage it on their Google Calendar. They'll have to share it out to their, co-parent or, to whoever is their caregiver that they're coordinating rides with. So it's actually quite a bit of work for them. And then in terms of after the event is done, if they've attended the work, if they've attended the event and they've shown up, so basically there's no particular mechanism on anyone's like phone that actually reminds them to, hey, let's take a photo and like let's log their accomplishment. Like maybe they took first at the gymnastics meet or something. So they just want to capture these memories. And there's no a lot of parents are using Google Photos these days, but besides that, they're not really using very many other apps that I discovered. And then come college application season, you want to actually collect all these memories. You want to remember all the activities that your child has done and all the accomplishments that they've done. And you want to actually combine them all together and make sure that it's all in one place so that you can fill out your Common App or whatever college you are applying to. So yes, so Pennant is an AI-powered family app that creates and manages your children's activity, automatically captures their milestones, and builds a living record of everything they've accomplished. And so basically the three main pillars of what it offers is a scheduling assistant. So you have an AI and an OCR upload that knows your family's full activity calendar. You can sync it to your Google Calendar bidirectionally. You can upload flyers. You can upload those schedules that you get in screenshot format, etc. You have a memory vault because you get prompted every time an event is done, and then you can capture that moment. And then you can have that living record at the end. So who it's for active families. It's for basically tech-savvy sports activities families, households. So I'm going to go down to this line right here. There's about 10 to 15 million tech-savvy sports households by my estimation, because there are about 82 million families in the US, and about 50 million of them are involved in sports and other activities. And this segment of the market unlocks about $3 to $5 billion in available spend. And the hypothesis is if the households are able to save 5 hours a week in scheduling confusion, not miss any events or event milestone captures, they'd be willing to exchange that. They'd be willing to pay. And in the voice of the customers survey, it said that a lot of my parent friends said that they would be willing to pay about like $1 to $10 monthly. So this is kind of the competitive landscape. A lot of people are using their preferred calendar of choice, and a lot of people, and there's no particular app that does exactly this. TeamSnap is for team coaches to manage rosters and volunteers. Tiny Beans is just a photo album for parents of babies, and there's a family album as well. But these features are kind of intended to bolster those 3 pillars that we talked about, the scheduling, take care of your schedules, take care of your milestones, and take care of your Common App application. In terms of data, there is an API for League. I think it's league.org. I'll have to double check that. But basically, there's like sports leagues for children and students that offer that you can get event scores from. But the list of features is I don't see a recording countdown, by the way. I don't know if there is one. I just want to check time. But this is a feature list. I'm going to skip past this because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. They all support the 3 pillars, but I did want to get to a bit of a visual of what it could look like. It could be your Calm Command Center, like, hey, I can just refer to here. Here's my dashboard view. I know what's coming up. I know that, of the siblings, there are 2 conflicting events. I know that there are these recent milestones that we achieved. And then in the schedule, there's a view as well. It could be by child. And then this is where you have your memories. And then this is where you have your college, I guess, application formatted data. Before we get to that slide, I did have another visual as well. So yeah, AI is getting scary good these days. And this is like the prototype that it kind of came up with. Okay, so it's color coded by the child, and you can actually put reminders of what you need to bring. And this is kind of like I wanted to show the college portfolio segment as well. So that's kind of the visual, that's the vision that we're working to achieve. In terms of the technical architecture, we could use a vector store RAG with with an AI assistant. We can use OpenAI for most tasks. We can use like a smaller language model to keep costs down. And then for anything a little bit more context heavy, we could use like maybe not Opus, but like Sonnet or something like that. So that was the thought behind there. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, questions, anybody? How I feel is the scope is big. Again, it's a good one. Scope is big. I think the real user.
Yeah, how you will integrate Google data?
Oh, so I was hoping, and I'm not really an expert, I've been out of the workforce for just a little bit, but I was hoping that maybe we could use LangChain and MCP server to have, or have the user sync their Google Calendar by like signing in with like OAuth SSL and then giving us access to their calendar, and then having the AI agent be able to, pull the events or push the events to the Google Calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be done. One of the last cohorts doing the calendar management, that can be done. That's already exists. In some ways, they can manage the calendar. Again, this is another
Google
idea.
Photos as well, like photos, you can bring it from there.
Like if they wanted to import some already in the beginning. Yeah, I think clean onboarding is really important, Babita. Yeah.
I think think it's more the scope of work for this one that has a variety of different ideas.
Mhm.
You need to give me the priorities, milestone, what needs to be built first and second, third. That's all different things. That's all good. You can't build everything within 8 weeks once you have developers. Give
I
me
think
prioritization.
the most important, like the things that group together would be the first 3 screens, the dashboard, the schedule, and the milestones. And then the college portfolio could be later because a lot of the parents have younger kids that I know, and they might not be, I wasn't really, yeah, because we're tracking the kids over a long period of time. And then layer that in later.
No, you could use, yeah, that would be 2 separate things. So basically you do all the milestones, tracking, communication, and calendar management. So it is a little bit like AI agent idea. Do you need to fine tune any training, any models at all?
Well, there was an idea of like an AI assistant that is informed about your child's like schedule and I guess like activities. And there you could put a smart AI assistant here, right here, as pen and AI advice tailored to your kids. So like, okay, if they're looking for a volunteer activity in the area to add to their hobbies list or to their extracurriculars list, it would already know like their schedule, what's available to them. And yeah, but that would involve web scraping.
So this is AI agent product plus other the typical standard tech. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Next 2, we'll have 2 more to go. Navia. Navia, are you here? No? No. Abgail. Sorry.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Navia, are you here? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Share. Is my screen visible?
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the product which I'm here for is called the Comply AI. It's for AI compliance for teams which can't afford a lawyer or a huge compliance team. So imagine you're a small startup founder building an AI feature, maybe for hiring, recommendations, or student evaluation. It works great, saves time. But when someone asks, is this compliant with regulations? You pause because you don't know. So the problem today, thousands of small teams are building AI like this, but regulations like EU AI Act are already being enforced. And in the US, new laws are kind of coming up across multiple states. And the problem is regulations are complex, they're fragmented, and they're also written for large enterprises. So for SMEs, compliance almost feels impossible. So the main pain point here is they don't know if their system is at high risk, what rules apply, or if what they need to really fix. And hiring legal help is not always an option. So they're left guessing, while the risk keeps increasing. So the solution here is the Comply AI is an AI governance agent that tells you exactly what to fix, and backed by law. So how it works is you start describing your AI system in plain English. For example, we use AI to screen resumes, or we use AI to personalize learning for students. From there, Comply AI, it classifies the risk level, maps your system to relevant regulations, identifies compliance gaps, and most importantly, tells you what to fix. So instead of overwhelming you with rules, it says your system is high risk, you're missing bias testing, you don't have human oversight, or here are the top 3 things you need to fix right now. So it turns compliance from a checklist to a more actionable plan. And at the end, you get a downloadable audit ready report, which you can share with legal teams, regulators. And we are in no way saying this can be a replacement for a legal team. This is more like a legal support advice. And and the key design decision here is to structure the system around personas, because AI regulations don't apply uniformly. They depend on what your system does and who it impacts. So instead of applying every regulation to every user, we map it into personas like hiring, AI, e-commerce, SaaS features, fintech, edtech systems, etc. So hiring and edtech are considered high risk under EU AI Act and may also trigger additional requirements like bias audits or student data protection laws. So based on the persona, the system dynamically selects the relevant regulations, the right rules, and a tailored set of questions. This keeps the experience simple while improving accuracy. It also allows us to scale by adding new domains over time. And coming to the technical architecture, so from a technical perspective, the system is currently visioned as a hybrid architecture. First, an AI layer. It takes the user inputs and converts it into structured data, like system type, impact level, and automation. And that data is passed into a deterministic rules engine where regulations are encoded as machine readable logic, things like trigger conditions, required controls, and citations. So instead of relying on the model to make legal decisions, the rules engine ensures consistency and predictability and correctness. And on top of that, we use a retrieval layer, a RAG layer, to pull the exact regulatory context from a vector database. So every finding will be backed. Every finding will be backed by a specific article. And finally, we run a prioritization layer, which keeps the scores and based on this gap of regulatory severity, risk, impact, and detectability. So the output is not just accurate, it is explainable, it is also traceable and actionable. Yeah. Any questions?
Lots of technical details. I don't know exactly what problem trying to solve. They're all different types. There's this HR AI, this AI, that AI. What problem trying to solve? There's a variety of AIs.
Yes. So basically, this is particularly for any SMEs, and they describe their system. And from there, we go on to what regulations apply to this system. So if it's an AI system, AI hiring system, there's a particular set of regulations which gets activated according to EU AI Act or different laws, federal laws across the states. And based on those, we pick and choose which legal regulations applies to your particular AI and what would you need to fix or what is lacking in your system.
Like a compliance for variety of AI product.
Yes.
Basically, any AI product we build in the bootcamp runs through you. You show us the compliance for the AI product.
Yes. Because the regulations sit as the same, right? It doesn't really it's not like there's a different law for hiring, different law for. So under EU AI Act, there can be hundreds of articles, which one article might not apply for hiring, but it might apply for an edtech company. So, but there is a single source of truth.
When it comes to legality, there's always the letter of the law versus the intent of the law, where the law is written, but there's interpretation based on legal precedents, right? How do you manage intent of the law? Because that itself is prone. That's where lawyers come in. You have to look at judicial precedents. What did the court say before? And that's how you act it today. So that would be a difficult thing. But I think it's so broad, right? You have and all these agents will be doing so many things with so much compliance. Again, looking at the letter of the law and the intent of the law. Is there a way you could narrow your scope to a specific vertical for an MVP? That way you can go more granular rather than a breadth focus on depth.
Yeah, when you say particular vertical, like focus just on hiring or focus on one high risk system. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's a very usable idea. If you narrow it down, it would be very applicable. But you said the system would do some classification. Do you already have those data for performing this classification?
So all of these laws are publicly available. For example, EU AI Act or the NIST framework, all these frameworks are publicly available. So
and you have the labels for those laws so you can, detect.
No, we'll have to label it. We'll probably have to use an LLM to parse through, which can do the first layer of work. And then this has to be done manually. If not, using an LLM all the way would probably result in some kind of hallucinations because compliance would require consistency and auditability.
So labeling takes the time. I think that's the main challenge. Even for one specific industry, I think that's the main challenge. Otherwise, it's a very interesting idea.
Yes.
Yeah, we can create a database like RAG kind of a situation, and then we can just use OCR to scan all those rules, and then those will be coming as a context. We can use LLM. to extract those content.
Yes, yes. I think that's the main challenge of this
You
project
need
would
to
be to
niche down to certain industry first. There's a variety of different laws. You need to pick maybe food, healthcare, safety, whatever. Go niche down to one thing first.
yes, yes. That's why I added 5 personas, but yes, for MVP perspective, it's better to look at just one high risk system.
Cool. Okay. So, we're out of time. Last one. Abigail, let's go. Let's go.
One second. Let me just, it's not letting me see my screens. Hold on one second. I had it up. Why? Okay. Hold on one second. Let me try this. Sorry. Okay. Why? What's going on? Okay, we'll try it this way. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I think it froze. Okay. Okay, are you all able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, apologies for that. All right, hello everybody. My name is Abigail Nye. Every January, millions of families enter into a high-stakes logistical race. It leaves them burnt out and often over budget. I'm here to introduce Summer Hub, the first AI native operating system built to reclaim the summer for the modern family. I want you to step back and I want you to imagine you're a dual income parent in San Francisco. You have 2 kids. Leo, he's 5. Maya, she is 8. The holidays just wrapped up. It's January. Your desktop currently has a graveyard of 20 plus open browsers. You might have messy flyers sitting on your desk and multiple WhatsApps with threads from different parents trying to plan your child's summer schedule. You're desperately trying to figure out if you can get Leo in a nature camp in the Presidio, one side of the city, while Maya attends an art camp in the Mission District, which is on the opposite side of the city. It's not just a scheduling task a parent is dealing with, it's a second unpaid part-time job. We call it the mental load, and Summer Hub transforms this fragmented search into an autonomous orchestration. This is a massive market. US families are spending $24 billion on summer programs annually, with SF power parents, meaning dual income parents, spending upwards to $5,000 per child for summer programming. Now that's from the parent's perspective. If we consider it from the investor's perspective, the real story is a chaos tax. Fragmentation in childcare logistics results in an $8.3 billion loss in annual wages because 80% of parents report losing focus during work or having to take off time during work during the summer season. Between missed early bird deadlines, discovery of transit crisis conflicts, the current manual systems are failing the modern household. Our solution is an intelligent orchestration. If you look at the dashboard here, let's take a look at Sarah, our persona. Instead of typing in every summer camp's details, Sarah uses the Magic Ingest engine, and AI parses the flyers and the URLs directly into structured data. Our magic sauce is the sibling rhythm heat map. It automatically visualizes the household summer and flags scheduling conflicts or no coverage zones between the children. As an example, it sees that Maya is unplanned for late July and suggests a STEM camp that shares a drop-off location with Leo. Finally, the real-time budget sync ensures that Sarah's 6K goal stays on track without a single spreadsheet. Looking at the competitive landscape, there's a lot within the market space like Sawyer that is really about helping parents to find the activities, discover and booking. Summer Hub helps to manage and is really the strategy of the orchestration over integration. We don't build the booking engine, we're building the intelligence layer for the parents. From a technical perspective, we look to move fast using Gemini 1.3 Flash for vision to JSON parsing at a 1 set per scan and fire crawl to ingest messy websites. This allows our MVP to run at a total cost of less than $150 per month for 1,000 users at 5 scans per user. The revenue model would be simple. A 39 seasonal pass, which unblocks the AI magic features for the year, while we'll still allow a free mode just to allow the parents to be able to see the app, experience the app, and use the calendar manually if they wish. This is a proposed 6-week roadmap that would take us from the sibling logic engine to a high fidelity pilot that we could launch within San Francisco to test out and then be able to iterate faster, and having a 2-week period to be able to then take user feedback and iterate rapidly after the pilot.
We'll have too many parents in this cohort.
Yeah, I know a lot. I know a whole lot in this cohort. Okay. Now, I am looking for my founding technical team, and composed of designers, AI, back-end, and front-end engineers to help me bring this to life. We are solving the summer planning crisis. This is critical, but our vision goes beyond summer. We are building the infrastructure for an AI native platform for all household logistics. Kindergarten to 12th grade education, after school programming, and family travel that is intelligent for parents. I'm Abigail Nye, and I'm ready to help families find their rhythm. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.
Great presentation skills. You guys are kind of related, but not the same. One is summer camp, one is managing people's calendar. Like you guys are kind of like similar. Recently the parents' ideas are kind of similar.
Sorry about that.
I think several of those parents' idea we need to merge. Okay, there are many similar ideas. The other one's AI agent one to manage your calendars. The other one is like managing your whole activities, milestones, so recommend activities for you. This one is scan the activity and then plan for you. Too similar. Some of these need to be merged. Okay, what like some of these need to be merged. I don't know which one merged to who's the team lead, but it needs to be merged. Okay, that's similar, but it's just for your idea independently, assuming the other two didn't present. So this is just another AI agent idea.
It is another AI agent. I was really trying to look at a pretty small piece. I was actually surprised in the market how there truly is not an end-to-end platform solution for parents. It's usually discovery, booking, or then you kind of see these more kind of static lists or calendars for the logistical piece, and it's really costing parents. And so I just tried to focus in on the summer pain points since looking at the market. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a good one, but you guys similar ideas. It's just a variety of AI agent helping parents to do better. Okay, but 3A, anything about who is the team lead, how to merge, which one to keep, which one to kill. Because all the 3 are similar, very similar. Let me think about it. Okay, cool. All right. If your idea get killed, do not feel bad because of too many similar stuff. Okay, but good stuff. Okay, cool. All right. We went over time a little bit. Next time, maybe I can extend it to 8 minutes so that we can project the time better in terms of presentation. But congrats everybody to finish your pitch, and also great job. Everybody stay until the end. Make sure to submit your scores, and I really think everybody did a great job in terms of pitching your idea. Many ideas are great. many AI agent ideas. This cohort is more AI agent. In the past, this only one. Now it's like everybody's doing AI agent, surprisingly, in this cohort. Okay, and make sure that everybody submits your vote. We try to vote 3. You can do more than 3, but we start with 3. Okay, some of the ideas will get killed. And within 24 hours, I'm going to tell you which one get killed, and the rest of saved ideas. You need to team lead reach out people interested, and you need to reach out to team lead who's interested. Whatever you're not interested, make sure to remove your name. That's very critical as well. And your team need to have people interested. If nobody interested in your idea, you get killed as well, because I cannot have one person team. Okay, that's so your quality of presentation matters too. All right, and most important thing, everyone needs to turn on your Discord notification. Download the app, turn on your Discord notification, especially during the team match process. Basically, people talking to each other, are interested, whatever. So that's very critical. You need to do that. Okay. So and all the PMs, you need to track your team progress. I post in the Discord channel. There's a track every week by week schedule. I'm gonna repost again. Make sure to track all your progress. Okay, your team progress, everybody is very critical. So after your team is assembled, you need immediately starting to do voice custom interviews. And I do have training for how to do the traditional voice custom interviews. It's in module 3 and 4 for PMA training, which the other job hunting training I have. I'm gonna make a copy in your course portal. It might already be in your course portal by now. Okay. So finish that and validate the pain point. Basically, do normal product management, but focus more on AI using the AI hypothesis framework I teach you yesterday. Okay, and working with designers to finish your workflow design and the graphic design, so that by week 4 you're able to present your roadmap with customer interview result, initial MVP through designers to the developer in week 4, which is also critical, so that you can attract the right developer to work on your product. And then anytime you're stuck, you bring your question to your office hours with Mark and others. Okay, cool. All right. So good job, everybody. I covered everything.
So everybody votes, or it's just,
Everyone
designers, everyone votes? Okay.
Everyone votes. Everyone immediately vote on the sheet. Don't vote. Don't wait. Don't wait and kill ideas.
We just sign it? How do we vote? We just sign
You
it?
put your name there. Let me show it
Oh,
again.
that's the voting. Okay, I already did it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's here. Everybody, the voting is here. Pitch day sequence, we're done. This one, I don't have 2 sequence. So put your name here. Interested. I put my note here, and make sure you update your ideas. If you don't give me the additional information to support your ideas, I may just kill your ideas. Okay. Yeah, if interested, PM interest team. I think there's another, like, who changed this? Designer. Someone changed this column. There should be designer interested. Okay, whoever changed the column, I don't know. We'll add it back. Cool. Anil, can you add it back? I believe this is a designer interested. It should be
Yes,
on this column.
yeah, I
whoever.
know what happened. I'll add it back. Yep.
Yeah, people don't change. Everyone can add it. When everyone can add it, don't do it. Okay, just change it back. Yeah, that's how you put your name here. ASAP. Put your name here. So within even tonight or tomorrow, within 24 hours, I'll kill some ideas, and you guys can finalize the team. Assemble your team.
So, Dr. Nancy, can we put our name in designer as well?
No, you're PMs. PM put in the PM session.
Okay, not in designer.
Yeah,
No,
everyone
PM.
has their own distinct
PM
roles.
interested. J, column J, PM team member interested. There's designer interested. So if a designer, enter one solution, one location, and PM interested as well. Each team has one designer. You can only have one designer. If, wow, this one has many interests. Oh, all the designer jump in. I can design this experience. You're all design here. Okay, each team take one designer. You can only accept one designer. If an actual designer, we're going to distribute. You cannot take more than one unless we give you actual. Okay, make it clear. Okay. Wow, this is like all designer interesting terms, and this cool. Yeah, enter. I did kill something ahead of time, so you don't need to enter if I kill it live. The ones that obviously is tech issues, I will kill them. but enter information, several other ideas I plan to kill, but I want to make sure that everyone casts a vote first. Okay, and also give the chance for people to give me additional information before I kill you. I put more here. Once you update your information, you put back in the sheet. Not maybe right here, directly respond to my response, so it's easier. And you should also copy paste your response to Discord channel, because not just me reading it, other people need to read it as well. Okay, your
Dr.
Discord
Nancy.
channel is right here. Give me 1 second.
Dr. Nancy.
Right. Product idea channel. Any update regarding product idea, put it in this channel. Or any questions about anything, put in this channel. Okay. Cool.
So maybe whatever feedback that we got on our idea, we can mention it on the spreadsheet. Okay.
Yeah, mention in the spreadsheet and also copy paste your response to this product idea channel for cohort 8 right here. Product idea cohort 8. So you can just reply to your original one. You do this way.
Okay.
Additional
Information. Yeah, sure.
Example.
Thank you
Okay,
so
you
much.
can so it's the same thread for your original idea.
Right.
Cool. Okay, cool. Moi, question. You're in Australia, right?
Yes, I'm in Australia. Yeah,
Is
exactly.
this at 5 a.m. now?
It's 3 a.m. now in the morning.
Thank you for the dedication.
Yeah,
Oh, what's
but
your question?
actually, first of all, lovely presentations. There were some great ideas. My question is, you said that every PM can choose up to 3 ideas. What if,
You can
for
choose more if you
instance,
want to, but I suggest 3 so that we're not overwhelmed.
okay, cool. What if more than one ideas were actually successful and not killed, where I already have chosen? In that case, what?
You choose which one to join.
Okay.
Then it's your choice.
Okay.
Let's say you choose 3, 1 got killed, and you have 2, you can choose which of the 2 you officially join, because you need to talk to a team lead, maybe see if a team match and I personality match, and so that's you need to talk to others. So that's why turn on the notification on Discord channel is very critical. So you continue the conversation.
Yep, great. Thank
Cool.
you.
Okay. All right. Great questions. Good job, everybody presenting. Can't wait to see you guys present in week 4 in terms of a voice customer interview discovery, and it will be a very fun process. Okay, the bar is set very high for cohort 7. I want you guys to break it. Each cohort do better than previous one, just FYI. Cool. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Good day. And oh, by the way, make sure to share if you know any interns need to join us, bring more interns. Our PM can refer intern too. If no other PM needs to join us, bring them here as well. Okay. And also any feedback, feel free to send to our team. Okay, cool. All right. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Thank you, Anil, on managing all our interns. And right. Talk soon. See you guys. Bye.